Unconsistently consistent.
Hello, welcome back to Inconsistently Consistent, the podcast that shows that we are excellent at segues. Speaking of... Just dead silence, yeah.
Just dead silence.
That's my segue. I'm Melanie.
I'm Rachel. I do actually have we're going to segue into something I'm going to call Rachel's D&D chaos. Because it's our podcast, we can talk about what we want, and I enjoy causing... You think I have no self-preservation on these scenarios we do? You should watch me play D&D and see how less self-preservation I have as my character.
You can't even play a character with self-preservation.
I can't. I don't think any of my characters have had any self-preservation. No, because one's dead.
You did tell us once that you were going to sacrifice yourself as that character.
I did.
To save everyone else.
I did. Spoiler alert. That ended up being in vain because one of the characters wandered off and got himself killed, and Strahd got the amulet. So the sacrifice was kind of null and void at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, on today's segment of Rachel's chaotic D&D character, I mentioned this to Melanie briefly. So we actually had a session last night, and we had a session last week. We haven't really spoken in a while. I think we both just died for a little bit, and then we came back to life and was like, oh, we have a podcast we have to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, so last week, I'll start with last week to show you my lack of self-preservation. So we, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm in a Curse of Strahd campaign through one of my friends I met through my now ex-boyfriend. Oh, spoiler alert, I'm single again. Woo! Mm-hmm. Anyways.
She's come back to the right side of things.
The right side of things. But anyway, so I'm in a Curse of Strahd campaign, and my character, she is a tiefling rogue warlock. I have her multi-class. It's part of her backstory, which is very cool. So anyways, we came across a tower that's by a lake, and there was a cart outside the tower. And
wait, your character's named Ophelia?
Yes.
And you went near a lake?
Yes.
Bad idea. Right there. Ophelia from Hamlet, I'm pretty sure, drowns?
Maybe.
She unalives herself, and I believe it involved drowning.
Maybe.
But it's been quite a while since I did an English degree and read Shakespeare.
But yes, so we came across this, and my character, because her background is an assassin, she decided she was going to pick the lock on the wagon that was outside of this tower.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about for a split second that I was like, I should check for traps on this wagon, because it's just outside of the tower. It's a little suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Should check for traps. Then the intrusive thoughts took over and said, fuck it, don't check for traps. Go all in, and what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So managed to pick the lock. Lo and behold, it was trapped. I blew up the wagon. I ended up taking fire damage, made everybody else that was close to me take fire damage.
You're no longer just affecting yourself, you're taking everyone down with you.
Turns out the wagon belonged to a character. Her name's Esmeralda, and she's a monster hunter. So in this Curse of Strahd, there's kind of like a Van Helsing character. She's not it. She's his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
But the wagon was hers. It was full of all the supplies she brought with her to kill a bunch of werewolves. So I blew up the wagon and destroyed her supplies.
So you went on a Save the Werewolves campaign. He said you won't get to do that anymore.
And just like, and of course, because I told you this through text that I am the first person in any Curse of Strahd campaign that my DM has run that has done this.
What, blown up everybody?
Blown up the wagon.
Oh. But you saved the werewolves.
No, we killed the werewolves.
Oh. Well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, but now I have decided that my character, she's kind of into Esmeralda a little bit. I've decided this.
Oh.
So last night,
And Esmeralda's gonna forgive her for the wagon?
listen. I did give her some money to help kind of help her replenish her supplies. She is still a little upsetty spaghetti about the wagon. But my initial thought was, I was like, I'm just gonna go ham and try and just see if, like, you know, I can sleep with her.
Is she an NPC?
Yeah, she's an NPC.
Mm.
So I have to flirt with my DM, basically. So, you know, she's obviously, because I was like, oh, maybe there's another way I can, like, repay you for destroying your wagon. Nudge. So,
and the DM is like, I'm already not over the fact that you just broke the game blowing up the wagon. Nobody else has done this. And now you're trying to romance me?
So then she was like, what are you suggesting? And this is a line I used. I said, I know I may have blown up your wagon, but I can think of something else that I can blow out.
And it hasn't worked yet?
No, the dice said no to that. I rolled a 5 on my persuasion check. However, we've kind of got now like a little, like, my DM is like, you know what? I know we were making jokes about, oh, what's going to happen if, like, Ophelia fails and everything. He's like, but I'm into this relationship, actually. So we've kind of got like a little slow burn on the go with them. Like, they had a really nice, deep conversation. Ophelia opened up to her about some trauma she went through, you know? So it's kind of, we're working our way, and he's like, I really ship this, actually.
Yeah.
He's
You
like,
might not need to get her a whole new wagon.
Nope.
To get her, you know?
But yeah, his message in our D&D thing this morning, he's like, still giggling over the fact that Ray and I were making jokes about Ophelia hitting on Esmeralda and either failing or getting some, but now it's like, this is adorable and I ship it.
Yeah. Speaking of your propensity for just, you know, trying to kill everybody around you, apparently, and not having any self-preservation instincts. And if you do, you're like, nah, I'm just going to sing the Jurassic Park theme song when I have monsters attacking me that are triggered by sound. Yeah, these things. We did an episode quite a while back. Don't remember when it was now. Probably Halloween-ish.
Yeah, it was a Halloween-ish
right? It was around
episode.
there. We did an episode of, like, kind of like a what would you do, introvert versus extrovert, putting each other in scenarios that were based on horror movie scenarios to see if we could survive it. And the person running the scenario is like trying to kill us hardcore. Or they didn't start like that. But I did develop a bit of a what could I call that? A vendetta?
Yeah.
I would call that a vendetta.
Yeah, it's a vendetta. Yeah.
Vendetta, vindictive, you know, just B words. So we're going to do that sort of again. Kind of a what would you do? And we thought we'd do it with, like, the times that you should be really interested in self-preservation. So Rachel's not going to know what to do with herself. So apocalypse scenarios. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be like a creature feature, it seems like, because the ones we proposed all seem to involve some type of monster or entity creature of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to try to torture each other, but like probably not. Probably just me going to try to torture Rachel, and Rachel's just going to be having a
Mm-hmm.
good time. Well, I both have a good time and want to murder Rachel
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. So that's how it's going to work. Very similar to the other one. If you like the other one, you're probably going to like this episode. If you haven't heard the other one, you should go listen to the other one because we were having the time of our lives.
Well, I was having the time of my life. I don't know if Melanie was.
I was thoroughly enjoying myself while also being so fucking frustrated with you. Mostly because like I had great ideas. I was like going full writer brain
Mm-hmm.
without all the work of having to write it down. And I had like great visuals I had planned, and you wouldn't look in the directions I needed you to look in. And I was getting more frustrated, not with you trying to just, I would say trying to die pretty much is what you seem to be doing, but just not like cooperating. So I'm like, would you look behind you? Because the corn maze is closing. It's great visual. Have whole new words for this. It's amazing. And you're just like, I don't look behind. I'm not going to look behind. It's like, I will 100% promise you, you will not die. And you're like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, well, now you're going to die. You won't give me what I want.
Yeah.
Give me my moment. So, I don't know which one we should start with.
That's a good question.
So I feel like we've got 4,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll do 2 each.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones we're thinking of: Jurassic Park style dinosaurs,
Mm-hmm.
zombies, to be determined on what kind of zombie.
Mm-hmm.
There's various different ones in media. Aliens,
Mm-hmm.
and a monster a la like Quiet Place or Bird Box or whatever the person wants to use. Some type of
Yeah.
horror movie monster.
Yeah.
So that's our 4, subject to change if we come up with a better one
Mm-hmm.
on the fly. Um, Maybe why don't we just go zombies first?
Okay.
Classic, you know. Um, I'll go first if you want, and I'll run the zombies.
Okay.
But just so you know, the zombies do not run because I hate them when they run. Not that I love them any other time.
I say, do
Like,
you love
oh
them when they
yeah,
not run? You're like, oh,
zombies.
running
Um,
zombies, not my thing.
no, I think
Slow.
it's stupid. The zombies are just like by definition like a rotting animated corpse,
Mm-hmm.
right? But like World War Z is like those motherfuckers are sprinting and
Yeah.
like forming pyramids. They might as well be on a cheerleading squad.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're too fit. None of that. They should not be Olympic style runners. We don't need Usain Bolt as a zombie. If Usain Bolt became a zombie, he would fall apart like the rest of them. He'd just be probably falling apart slower because he's in such good shape, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, this is how we'll start. So we got zombies a la like The Walking Dead, which I know you haven't seen. You don't have a problem with Rick, so just don't do anything Rick Grimes would do,
Okay.
and you'll probably survive.
I'm gonna do everything Rick Grimes did.
uh, okay. So actually, I'm gonna run it like Walking Dead.
Okay.
You have woken up in the hospital that is all run down. The power is gone. Somehow you've survived for months without
Mm-hmm.
a feeding tube or any of this bullshit, or oxygen, or what was the friggin' like IV giving you fluids.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some best friend that wasn't me, because I wouldn't just like put a friggin' stupid gurney in front of the door and be like, he'll be fine. And then, fuck your husband. I'm not going to do that.
No.
like Shane did. But
Hmm.
you wake up in the hospital from a coma and you don't know what the hell is up. You don't know it's zombie apocalypse. You just wake up and you're like, what's up? And everything's like not on, no machines or anything, and your door was like locked, but you can get out. So, what do you
Okay.
do waking up in the hospital like that?
Well, first things first, I'm the realist. Actually, I'm gonna wonder how I'm alive if the power's off, and then I feel like if I'm gonna try and walk, my legs have probably atrophied at this point that I'm just gonna fall on the ground.
Mm, yeah. So, we're going to use the Walking Dead rules, which you can just like your legs are like tired and like crampy a little bit, but like after like a minute or so, because that's all the audience can handle, you're walking pretty normal.
Okay.
And you're not all that hungry for some reason, but you're not a zombie.
Okay.
Hmm.
I assume I'm just in a hospital gown.
Yeah,
Uh,
but you it
there.
does have a back because I will be nice to you and your ass won't hang out.
Okay. I was gonna say, do is there any clothes in the room or no?
Mm, no,
Okay.
there's no clothes in the room. It's just like a regular hospital room, except it just looks like dirty because it's been there for a while with nobody in there. There's like some closets and stuff kind of thing,
Hmm.
like storage things. The little
Hmm.
like wheelie table thing that's always in a not a hotel
In a
room,
hotel?
hospital
Yeah, it's
room.
always in a hotel. Yeah.
um, and bunch of like machines that are not working because no power, and
Okay.
it's daytime.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna open the door and see if I can find somebody. After my legs, I've shaken off the stiffness from my legs that seem to be working properly after just lying down for 4 months straight.
So you open the door and you're out like hallway situation. You can see like the nurses station, like counter type of thing. And there's nobody
Mhm.
around, but everything is just kind of left as if somebody could come back tomorrow to work there.
Okay.
And no power on, but like there's windows so it's light enough you can see, and it's just like dust and grime everywhere and a bit of debris, like kind of things like falling off the walls, kind of thing, because nothing's been upkept.
Well, if I can't see anybody at the nurse's station, then I'm probably just gonna wander around until I find somebody.
Okay. Okay. So which direction would you like to go in? Like we got a hallway on either side because you're like mid hallway,
Mm-hmm.
and your room is like right next to the nurse's station. So like there's a hallway with like an exit door down at the end, like emergency exit. There's a
Mm-hmm.
hallway with elevator at the end because you're like in the middle of that hallway. You can go like either way.
Let's go emergency exit.
Okay. So it's emergency exit with stairs.
Yeah.
You go down that way, you open the door, and the stairway is like pitch black with like very little, like slight amount of light of just like those like little emergency floodlight type of things they've got
Mm-hmm.
there, but there's no windows in the stairway because it's mostly like concrete
Mm-hmm.
with like metal rails and stuff. And the mini little emergency lights are just enough to kind of, and they're like down by the floor, so you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of see the steps.
I
And
mean,
it's
well, I know
quiet.
the elevator's not going to be working because there's no power, so I will just slowly make my way down the steps in my hospital gown and little socks.
Oh, you add the socks. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not walking around
Uh,
barefoot in the hospital. You crazy?
well, they magically appeared because I didn't put them there.
I
So you know
assume I
what?
had
Fine.
little socks on. Okay.
I'll give you the little socks. Those are your only tools.
I can kill
Okay.
a zombie with a sock.
I would like to see this. So you're going down the stairs, right?
Hmm.
Um, you don't want to go up.
No,
You don't want to fly.
no, I don't want to fly. I mean, listen, if the option's just to jump off the roof, then maybe.
So you go down the stairs. Are you going to try to get off on any floor? Because I'll tell you, like your room number was 311.
I want to go down to the first/main floor.
Okay, so you go down to the first floor, and that's the bottom of the
Okay.
steps.
Okay.
Um, and there's like the same type of door that you came into from the third floor to go out to the, I guess, first floor area, but there's no other doors from there. So I guess you're going out that way.
I'm going out that way, and as I walk out, I'm going to go, King Julian!
Oh, that'll go well. Okay,
Where are you, King Julian?
so you open
No,
the
I'm not
door.
actually going to do that. I'm not actually going to make noise.
Okay, so you open the door, and you again see basically the same thing that was up on the first floor, except it's not just like a hallway with I keep wanting to say hotel, but
Mm-hmm.
hospital rooms. Not that. You're like in a lobby area of the hospital, and there's basically nothing going on around. There's like, for some reason, a fountain that I've decided should be there,
Okay. Yeah.
and the water's not running, but the water's like pooled,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's all disgusting because no one's been cleaning that, and the filter obviously is not running. It's
Mm-hmm.
all powered, and like it's like murky. Like it looks like you should be outside. Like not mossy, but like that like green gross film and all that,
Yeah.
and murky, like you can't see in it. And there's like nothing around, a lot more debris type of stuff happening, like shit all knocked over, like someone came through and ransacked the place,
Mm-hmm.
and like chairs knocked over and stuff, like all the seating. And you hear like a clanging, or a repetitive thump, like thump, then a gap, then a thump, and then a gap of time, thump, and then it's just like continuous, but you can't see anybody around.
Which direction is the thump coming from?
It's somewhere in front of you, like you can't pick out where because it's kind of like a big open space on
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
level. Um, and with like the fountain is like the center,
Mm-hmm.
and on the other far side of the fountain is the elevator that would have matched up with the elevator up top, right?
Okay.
So you can't really see anything of what is causing that, but it's mostly just think like a big square that you're in.
Okay.
It's as if like the hospital didn't really have rooms down here, like nothing really segmented in this section.
Okay.
So it's somewhere in front of you. You can't really tell where it is from, like exactly coming from where you're standing
Okay.
in your socks.
Okay. Is there an exit anywhere?
Uh, yes. So if you think of the room as like 4 points,
Mm-hmm.
you've got like you're at the door from the stairs. The far side of the fountain
Mm-hmm.
is the elevator, and then to the left and the right in this like square section, which is probably more rectangular, but you know, it's four walls.
Mm-hmm.
You've got doors on either side. One like glass doors, like entrance exit, and
Mm-hmm.
one that's like entryway with like sliding doors that would be like automatic or electric that would go deeper into the hospital.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just want to go to like I just want to try and get outside.
Mm-hmm. And not gonna like look for clothing or people or
No, I'm kind of just
investigate
accepted
the
that
sound.
I'm kind of just accepted that I'm in a hospital gown for now with my little socks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you go out that way. You're getting further away from the thumping,
Okay.
um, which is still like repetitive, hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still like same kind of cadence to it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as you go out toward the like exit doors, You can see there are people in the distance moving. They're not moving they're not running. They're definitely walking. And they're not gathered. Like you don't see anyone two people walking hand to hand or anything. You don't see any people walking dogs. They're just people in the parking lot milling around. And there's various cars, but not that many left. Maybe 5 or 6 in the whole parking lot. None together. Are you going outside?
Yeah, I'm going outside.
Okay.
My
So
hospital gown and booties.
you go outside, and the hospital's kind of slightly off from the rest of the town. Maybe just raised up on a little hill type of thing, and maybe half a kilometer or something like that away from the town, right? It's kind of on its own little strip of road, and then you go into the rest of the town. So you go out, and what do you do when you get outside?
Well, I see people. So I'm going to go towards the people because I want to ask them what's going on.
Okay. So you go towards the people, and they're probably 40, 50 feet away from you from the door, right? Milling around.
Yeah.
As you're getting closer, you see there's 5 or 6 of these people kind of surrounding a vehicle. And they're leaning on it. One is on top of the car at this point. It's a low car too, so it's not they had to be real good at parkour to get up there. And they seem to just be probably high. Right? Because why are they trying to get into this car?
Yeah.
Potentially they're breaking in. Who knows? Maybe they're filming a music video. No one really knows.
Yeah.
So you're approaching, and probably the first person is an older lady on the shorter side, and she's got a hunched back kind of thing. And she's limping. And she hasn't noticed you yet, but you're about 20 feet from her.
Okay.
And you notice there's you can kind of hear some noises, though. It's kind of
Okay. I'm gonna go. Can someone tell me what's going on? Are you guys okay?
Okay, so when you say that, she looks up at you, and there's probably 2 others that are within range to hear you. And they're kind of turned towards you, and they start shuffling towards you. So they're coming, but they're further back than her. She's directly looked at you, and she's not making eye contact. Her eyes are not focused, and you're within, say, 20 feet of her, or just outside of that. So you can kind of tell that there's something going on, because she's got blood on her chin down the left side of her jaw and down her neck. And it's not really just blood, because you could then notice part of her jaw is kind of missing. Yet she's walking towards you and kind of going noises.
I'm gonna go. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna go now, and I'm gonna try and find a car that's unlocked.
Okay, so you're going back. You're going still further toward.
No, I'm
the vehicles.
Side shuffling away.
Okay, so you're trying to get around her.
Yeah.
How close do you want to walk to her, or
I don't want to be.
or whatever you're doing?
I just want to back up 30-ish feet and cut that shuffle in my little booties.
Yeah. So as you are trying to side around her, kind of, she's maintaining walking toward you, right? Now she's moving very slow. Very old lady. She didn't get better with whatever the hell's happening to her. She's not moving any faster. And she probably was walking with a cane before this. And now she's free as a bird, walking without it. And walking is Yeah, it's a stretch.
Walking subjective.
Yeah, she's shuffling
Yeah.
with bunny slippers, and they've looked way better. They're very worse for wear. So she's continuing like focus on you as she comes, and like her head is like to the side and everything. It's like not like a natural normal angle that you would be walking at, right? Unless you're in the Thriller video. hmm And I'll give you a one up on Rick Grimes and all them. You know what zombies are because you've seen a movie. Walking Dead, they didn't have the word zombie because zombie didn't exist in film or anything. So you know what zombies are as per movies, but they, as per life right now, like in this world, they're not a real thing. They're a movie trope. So she's coming towards you, and the two others that had kind of heard what you'd said are coming towards you, but they're probably like 10, 15 feet behind her. Though they're slightly faster because we're younger people.
Yeah.
You're getting towards the cars, and I assume you're going towards cars where there weren't zombies or people shuffling nearby.
Yup.
So like you got to go to the far left of the parking lot, which is closer to the road. And you're gonna have to decide how fast you're gonna walk because they are going to be at a steady pace.
I'm gonna start running in my socks.
Okay. So you're running in your socks. It's asphalt. Have fun with that.
Oh, I know. I've walked on asphalt in socks. It's not fun.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll give you springtime. It's like springtime where it's like that spring to summer shift. So it's like that asphalt's not hot as hell, but like there's no like snow or anything getting in your way.
Yeah.
Dry pavement. So you get to a car, and what do you do when you get to the car?
Check the doors.
They're unlocked
I'm
for
gonna get in
some
the car.
reason. Okay, so you get in the car. What do you do when you get in the car?
I'm gonna lock the doors.
Okay, so I assume you shut them before you locked them.
Of course,
That would be
duh.
helpful. I don't know. You don't have much self-preservation instincts. I don't know what you do. So you're locked in the car. The old lady has been basically overtaken by the two dudes that were walking. They're basically now at the same position, about like say 5-10 feet away from the car. You're locked in the car. There's no keys in the car. In the ignition anyway, and it's a probably like early 2000s, like not great shape, but like well maintained besides all the dust and debris of like being left unattended. So what do you do now you're locked in the car?
I'm gonna look for the keys because I'm assuming if the car was unlocked, they might have just tossed the keys somewhere and then ran.
So where would you
At
like to
this
look in
point,
the car?
this point, my brain is like, "Oh, we got some fucking zombies out here. All right, we're doing this."
Yeah. So the whole jaw thing might have been a dead giveaway.
I might have been the jaw, might have been the blood, might have been
Might have been that.
like I don't know. So many, just so hard to choose which moment. I'm just gonna look like on the floor of the passenger seat and then look in the back seat.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's either zombies or bath salts, right? There's
Yeah.
really no other
There's
option.
no in between.
No, they're very similar though.
They're very similar.
It's just like, are they rotting? Zombies. Not rotting? Bath salts.
Bath salts.
Yeah. So you check the passenger seat floor, you said? And you just find like empty, like trash from like, takeout shit. You said back seat.
Yeah.
There's a empty, I'll preface this, like baby seat. Like diaper bag shit back there. Like materials for if you had a under 2-year-old.
Okay.
To take care of, right? Besides that, and like a purse.
Oh, I'm open the purse.
Okay. In the purse, you find a wallet.
Mm-hmm.
and no keys. But there's like like little like utility pocket knife type of thing. There's like a compact. There's some makeup. There's some mints. A condom, but a little too late because I did have to have a baby, obviously. Yeah. Some medication.
Bath salts?
No, like prescription.
Yeah, no, I'm asking is it bath salt medication?
No, it's prescription. You
Okay.
can't get bath salts under prescription. You think that shit's
That should
insurance
be
covered? You worked for an insurance company in the past. You should know this.
well,
How many times you insure someone on bath salts?
I don't think I ever saw somebody try to claim bath salts, but then again, what do I know?
Mm-hmm. Anywhere else you'd like to search? Because they're now at the car.
Glove
And they're
compartment.
like not so nicely tapping on the windows, like
Glove,
open palm, and
glove,
shoving their faces on it, like real weird style.
glove compartment.
Glove compartment. Okay, you open the glove compartment, and there's like the manual of why is anyone keeping that? Insurance shit, papers, bunch of napkins, a knife a la Melanie, those
Okay.
utility knives that you can cut the seatbelt and break the windshield and stuff like with, and a set of keys.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab the keys, gonna pray to our Lord and Savior Charles Darwin,
Mm-hmm.
and first of all, I gotta adjust the seat because I'm short, so I gotta move the seat up a little bit. And then I'm gonna put the keys in the ignition.
They don't fit.
Oh, fucking Christ.
They're definitely too small. Like that's a male box key.
Ah. A mailbox key.
Like a mailbox key, maybe a house key, maybe it's a cabin key. Who knows? Definitely not a car key.
Okay, question. Can I get to the trunk by crawling through the car?
You'd have to move the baby seat because
But I
that
don't
is
have to
like
go outside to get to the
no,
trunk?
like it's like think like a Toyota Corolla style, right? So you could pull those seats down from that.
All right.
But so you're done searching this area of the car?
I mean, I can't check. I guess I checked the floor by the driver's seat.
I mean, the cleaner, but not that much. Nothing down there really, except some coin that somebody dropped. There are other places people keep keys.
I'm gonna check the cup holder.
It's change. No.
Side of the door.
No.
Dashboard.
No.
I don't know why I forgot the name of that for a second.
Dashboard.
The center console.
Oh, good idea, but no. I just like let's put a bunch of cords, like cables, charging shit in there. There is somewhere people do this in old cars.
Put it in the sunglasses thingy.
No, but as you go to open that, you notice that there's something weird about the like that sun visor above your head. Like there's an elastic band around it.
Oh my god, are the keys on the sun visor? Because that's fucking stupid.
Do you check?
Yes, I check.
So yeah, you pull that down and you see like a picture of like a family, right? Like husband, wife, and little baby.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I tossed the picture aside.
Yeah, and as you do that, behind the picture, that was kind of like in a little wallety leather thing, the keys fall out that are definitely car keys of some sort.
Okay, then we're gonna once again attempt to shove the keys, turn the ignition on. As I put the keys in, I'm like, please work for me.
The keys fit. When you go to turn it on, it like sputters and like starts to start up, but then cuts out.
Is there gas in the car?
You haven't turned the car on, so how can you tell?
I can't check. Okay, so I'm gonna try again.
Okay, I'm omniscient and omnipotent, but you're not.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
You can't just like lick your finger, put it in the air, and go, "There's gas in the car."
You don't know that.
So what are you gonna try?
Try turning the car on again.
Okay, this time it like starts up and it's running like it's doing that thing. It's like really wheezing low, like it's really having a hard
I mean,
time.
it hasn't
But it does
moved.
turn on, and those motherfuckers are on you. Like those three have been really all over the place. That old lady has been doing some weird shit with your front window and like rubbing her weird ass bloody jaw all over it. So like your driver's side window is just a bloody mess and real gross. And the others are not in as worse shape as she was, so they're not like bleeding everywhere, but like
Mhm.
they're not at that, like they're not too bad with decomp yet.
Mhm.
And you've picked up two more who have noticed their buddies checking out this cool ass car. So
Mhm.
you've got two extra ones, one of which is on the hood.
Mhm.
The rest are on the sides or behind. But one is like being real weird, and he thinks like the wipers are the best thing on earth or something. He's all up in it.
I'm gonna be like, ew, brother, ew, what is that? And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna put the car in gear and floor it.
Okay. And so as you do that, the guy that's on the hood is like gonna start sliding more toward the windshield. And so you've just got like zombie crotch right in eye level.
Hot.
And he's not falling off because you're just driving straight at this point. But the others that were kind of on the sides, you're leaving them behind. So, like I said, the thing is like up on a hill a little bit, and you'd have to drive down a road about a
Mhm.
kilometer to ish to get to the town, which you can
Mhm.
see from there. Like you can see the houses, like a suburb style thing, but it's
Mhm.
like distant ish. So what do you do?
I'm just driving.
So you're like flooring it away from the hospital,
Yeah.
and you can go down the highway to just get to other towns or something, or you can go into the regular town that you were, let's say, from. Like that's where you lived. And if you
Mm,
keep driving straight, you're gonna keep that zombie on your car. So you're gonna like either you decide to shake him off or do something about it, or you're bringing a new buddy with you. Like you just entered into a new relationship at this point.
oh, I don't want that. So I'm gonna start swerving and try and shake the zombie as I'm gonna head to the highway.
Okay, so he slides off,
Fuck
though you will
yeah,
take
brother.
your windshield wipers with you,
That's
with him.
okay.
Yeah. Um.
You can have them.
Yeah, and he knocks out your mirror on
That's
your
okay. I
driver's
don't
side,
need
like
it.
that side mirror.
I don't
And
need it.
so you go toward the highway, and everything's looking fine. It's all clear until you get like, let's say, you're driving 5 minutes.
Hmm.
Then you end up on the highway, and there's like cars strewn everywhere, like abandoned. They're not even in straight lines, like somebody hopped out while in traffic. It's like various cars scattered across the road, some at angles,
Hmm.
some doors left open. And there are maybe like three or four humans of some sort, human like people, you know, wandering at slow paces, much like what you saw in the parking lot.
You know what we're doing? We're playing bowling.
Okay, but these cars are definitely not going to be able to be driven around because we are dealing with like a divided highway, and you're on the, you know, driving out of town one with like a 2 lane thing. So some of these cars are blocking that you can't drive past
Can I like
unless you try to,
zoom?
you want to plow through them.
Oh, I'm plowing. I'm 100% plowing through all these cars.
Okay, in your early 2000s Toyota Corolla. It's not.
Leroy Jenkins.
Okay, the first one you knock a little bit out of the way because it is a smaller car, much like a Ford Fiesta.
How dare you?
It's a smaller car.
That's my baby.
The next thing you're gonna come up is a big ass truck that with the door open, and somebody was definitely like overcompensating for something
Hmm.
buying that thing, and you just slam into it, and your car doesn't handle it well. Like the hood's crumpled up, the it starts smoking coming out, and you're stuck.
Wow.
I mean, the car's still running, but there is, like, the hood is no longer covering anything, and the front of your car is all smushed, and there is smoke coming from it. So what would you like to do now?
Can I get around the overcompensation truck?
No, you just try to go through it.
No, can I back up and get around it?
No,
Why?
there's other vehicles on the road.
Are these vehicles super close together? Like I can't weaving through them in traffic?
I just told you before you started driving into them
Fine.
that
Then
you
I'm
couldn't
gonna
get past them.
turn the car off, get out. I'm gonna take the purse, because why not? And I'm gonna climb on top and start like leapfrogging across the cars.
So you're only taking the purse from the car.
The purse has a knife in it.
Hmm.
So yes. And then I can beat people with the purse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was a little pocket knife with like the utility thing with like corkscrew and stuff.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to take anything from the glove box.
I don't want the papers. I know what you're trying to get at, to be like, there's another knife in there. No, I'm just going to grab the purse.
Yeah,
and
a
run.
bigger knife with utility, like blade.
I'm grabbing the
versus
purse.
a tiny little
Did
one.
I stutter? I'm grabbing
I'm
the purse.
just saying.
And I'm running.
Okay, and you're running, I guess, in the direction you were trying to drive.
Yes, I'm like hopping across the cars, like leapfrog.
Okay. Like, do you have like, where are you going?
I don't know. I'm just going.
Yeah, because the next town's like at least a 20-minute drive away. You've driven, like I said, 5 minutes. So, like,
yeah.
we'll say you got like more than a third of the way there in the vehicle.
I'm just going.
There's probably only 5 or 6 zombies or humans of some kind, whether they're alive or dead, we don't know yet, shuffling about on the highway. They're not really close to you yet, but say like 60 feet away. And you have many vehicles between you and these things of some kind with possibly loot. And you're going to run past all these things and jump over hoods and stuff.
I don't want to waste
decide
my time
you're in
going
parkour.
through cars.
Yeah. You're going to kill a zombie with a sock, I remember.
Kill him with the sock.
Let me speed through to that one. I really want to see how that works out. Yeah, so you're jumping over cars and stuff, like just shouting parkour at this point.
I'm not shouting parkour.
Okay, you're in your head going, parkour!
Yes, in my head I'm like, parkour. But I'm not saying out loud because zombies.
Or, a parkour enthusiast that might be alive there that might slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So you're going toward the zombies. Or living people. Who knows yet? You're getting closer. They're not moving quickly. There's like a few around, and some of them, like one of them is stuck under a car that you pass, and it's like jammed under a wheel.
Good.
And you don't even know if there's another half of the body, but the top half is still moving and grooving and having a good time, though very hungry. And another one is kind of pinned between a couple cars. So, like, they can't get at you, but unless they can get over the hoods, but they're reaching towards you and making the weird noises at you, which could be their mating call. We don't know.
We don't know.
So you've gone past a few of them, and you're coming up to some humans of some sort in some state of decay, who knows yet, that are about, say, 30 feet ahead of you, and are you still running?
I'm not running. I'm like hopping across.
Okay, yeah, you're hopping. You're leapfrogging from car to car.
Yes.
Okay, you get past most of that little pile up. And the people that were there look directly at you. But they're not moving towards you. What do you want to do?
So this is a divided highway?
Yeah, so you're on the route you should be if you were leaving the place, the city.
I want to go over to the other side of the divided highway and just continue walking.
Okay, so you have to like walk down into a ditch, but it's like grassy and not like that difficult, so it's going to take a little bit of effort to climb down and climb back up on the other side. But on that side, less vehicles, right? Definitely drivable spaces between them. And no sign of any people of any state of life on this side. But the ones who stopped and looked at you are now looking at you and pointing. Or one of them is a shorter one. There's two others. And they seem to be congregating. Like they're grouped together. They're not moving towards you.
See, I don't know if these people are zombies or people.
I haven't confirmed.
I know. But they're pointing. I feel like zombies don't point, but I could be wrong. Because what do I know? Maybe in this Melanie versus zombies point.
They're Walking Dead style zombies, which are zombies like George Romero first came up with, which means they are legit just people who died and that got reanimated as a corpse. So their motor cortex is like all that's functioning. So they can move, and they are somehow motivated to eat people, the whole person, not just the brain. Because they're like waste not, want not zombies. And they don't like have like a higher thought process of like, let's circle around, build a pyramid, and get over that truck. You know,
I'm gonna
they're just
look
like,
at the people,
eat people.
I'm gonna call across and be like, "Are you zombies or people?"
What kind of question is that?
All right, you're people. I'm gonna head over to the people.
Okay. And you crawl back down the ditch and up
crawl
the
back down the ditch, crawl up the side of the ditch, and head towards the people.
And in the ditch, because you are wearing socks, you do step on a sharp rock and you cut your foot.
No.
It's not bad. It's just, it hurts.
Uncomfy.
Like a little sharp rock, got a little slice, not deep or anything, but you know, you're just wearing socks and a hospital gown. And so, you know, your foot is leaving a little bit of a blood trail, but it's not like enough blood seeping out that you would like die of blood loss. But it is going to get dirty. So yeah, so you get up the other side, and the three people, which happen to be an older man, say in his 60s, a younger man, maybe 30s, 40s, and a girl who's probably like 12, 13. And she was the one that was pointing at you, probably laughing or going, "Daddy, why? Why is that crazy lady running?" So you get there. What would you like to do with these three people?
I'm gonna be like, "So zombies."
Yeah. They're like, "Yeah, zombies. Are you okay?"
I woke up in a hospital, and I just got out of the hospital, and I kind of was just looking for people, and yeah.
Yeah, and so the little girl's looking at you like you've got three heads, and the middle-aged man is like, looks to the older guy, goes, "I think she escaped the psych ward." Right? Like, we've got a Looney Tunes on our hands. Like, he's obviously not politically correct. He's a little piece of shit with that kind of stuff. But, you know, he's like looking at him like that, like talking as if you're not there. And like the older man doesn't look like he's like, "Oh, what the frick is wrong with this girl?" But like, he's just kind of like, he looks at you and goes like, "Do you need help?"
I need clothes, and I need shoes, and yeah.
So they're like, they tell you they don't have anything to give you unless you can give them something and trade.
I hold out the purse and be like, "I have a purse."
And they have weapons. Like, that little girl has a machete, and she knows how to use it.
Kill a little girl with a sock.
And what
What? Who said that?
And they have guns. The
Mm-hmm.
two of them have like a gun holstered, each of them, and a knife. And younger guy has like a bat he's carrying.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a purse.
I have a purse.
Yeah. So they're like willing to trade with you
Mm-hmm.
if you can provide something, like be able to like give them something.
I have a purse.
We don't have any need of a purse.
That's all I have is a purse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They ask where did you come from?
I told you, I was in the hospital, I came from the town, and now I'm here.
And you're just like running from zombies with no weapons, no supplies, just socks and a hospital gown and your wits.
I'm trying to find some shit. God, don't gotta be rude. Not everybody had a chance to doomsday prep for a zombie apocalypse, okay? Some of us were in a coma.
And so like the middle-aged guy looks at the older guy and goes, I told you. I definitely told you so. And the older guy's still trying to like be reasonable with you. And he's like, you ran past many vehicles that we have yet to loot, just hopping over them.
Uh-huh.
With your purse.
Uh-huh.
And you haven't gathered anything.
Uh-huh.
And you're aware that these zombies want to eat you.
Uh-huh.
And that if they scratch or bite you, you will turn into one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can't be here with us. We can't let you hurt our like his granddaughter and Buddy's daughter. Like you will get us killed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna go. There's like a few coming towards you. Just a heads up. They are attracted to sound and they can see. We're not so sure if they can smell things. Right? Like we notice your foot is bleeding. Not so sure about that, if they're gonna like be attracted to the blood. But they definitely are attracted to the sound and sight. Like if they see the movement or they saw your light in the dark or something, just as a heads up. We recommend you seek some shelter and find a weapon. You have to destroy the brain to stop them. But we're going to be on our way now. And they leave in their own vehicle because they're past the pileup. But they are like middle-aged guy's hand on his gun watching them. They're like backing up, not losing eye contact to make sure like they're watching you because they're concerned. And they're hopping in their truck and driving away.
Can I get in the pan of the truck?
Are you going to try to run after them and get
Yes.
in their truck?
Yes.
Okay, well, middle-aged guy pulls a gun on you.
Uh-huh.
And older guy's got his hands up, like pulls the girl behind him and like has one hand up like, whoa. You can't come with us.
Please just take me a little bit down the road.
Yeah, and like you're making a lot of noise.
Oh, I'm making noise, am I? Oh no.
Okay, so middle-aged guy has you at gunpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You're, I guess, like probably 6-7 feet in front of him. Older guy is getting like telling the little girl to get in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And is backing up toward it, but keeping himself between you and the girl.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Are you approaching? Are you, besides making noise, you approaching? You're gonna back off? Because middle-aged guy is telling you like, don't come any closer, and has a gun pulled on you. Voices.
Here's the issue.
And you thought the zombies were gonna kill you.
Here's the issue.
Mm-hmm. You will not kill my NPCs.
I want to. Part of me wants to do the smart thing.
Yeah. The little
but
part
the demons in me want to be stupid.
The little part you never listen to that says, hey, you could survive this. I was so nice to you in the car.
I'm gonna throw the purse at the middle-aged man.
Yeah, that startles him enough that he kind of like yelps and fires. And he was aiming at your chest, but that purse thrown knocks him enough to like veer off a bit, and he just like clips your shoulder, so it grazes and cuts you, but it doesn't like stay in your arm.
Then I'm gonna flip them
And
off.
we're gonna say left shoulder, right foot. This is the injuries you got right now.
Excellent. Gonna flip them off.
You're gonna flip them off without doing anything else.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go and look in a car for first aid kit or something.
Yeah, so middle-aged man's like yelling first. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
A lot.
Yeah, the older guy is like, got girl in truck. Girl is at the steering wheel because they taught her how to drive because they're survivalists now. Post-zombie apocalypse survivalist dudes. And he's like, nope, okay, like, back off. Like, nothing's going to happen. No one's going to shoot anybody. Nobody's going to do this. We're going to go this way. You can go that way. Right? He's trying to do that. And I guess you're flipping off and walking the other way.
Yep.
Turning your back to them.
Yep.
Okay. They're leaving. You hear the vehicle go.
Good.
Do you look where they go or just continue walking away from them?
No, I'm just going to go to a car.
Okay. So you don't see where they go. So no chance to find their settlement.
They're mean to me.
No chance to find their settlement that they have other humans at.
Well, I don't care. They're mean to me.
Fences, food, weapons. You could have befriended them.
Nah. I enjoy pissing.
It's okay. I might have turned them into living cannibals. It's fine.
I enjoy pissing people off.
Yeah, that goes really well. So you have now blood from, it's your left shoulder, which was just a graze, because I'm nice to you, and the bottom of your heel on your right foot has been cut, probably like an inch long cut, but it's not deep, it's just like a slice. And you are leaving a bloody footprint, a weird looking 1 foot footprint as you go, and there's blood running down your arm and soaked through the hospital gown and stuff, which is torn from that thing on that shoulder. There's a van, which is got a, like, all the doors are shut, and it's on its side. This is the first vehicle you'll come to. And the gunshot has, like, it's loud, especially because there's no, like, operating cities anymore. That echoed. And they, like, have forest on either side of the roads, probably, like, 30, 40 feet back from the sides of the road, which, again, ditches on either side as well. So you can see probably the 5 or 6 zombies that were chilling. None are within like 60 feet of you at the moment. Probably like 100 feet back. Are you going to the van, or are you going to pick another thing?
I'm going to look through the window of the van.
Okay, so like, it's old van. Windows are like dusty, and you're not going to be able to see it unless you like get up and put your face to it, like real close.
Well, that's what I meant by looking through, is I'm going to put my face to it.
Okay. So which, I guess, are you going to have to climb up on the van? Because it's on
the main window. The main window.
You mean the windshield?
Yeah.
Yeah, we call that the main window.
The main window.
Yeah, you're cracking my main window of the van.
Yeah, I'm cracking my main window. I need it fixed.
Yeah, so you look through that, and that one's not tinted. So you can see more into it, but it is dusty, and you can just see that it looks like a shitty late 90s van, you know, like 7-seater. Nothing of note that you can really see in there besides, like, looks like maybe a bag, some towels or something. Like someone was going to go to the beach. There's, you can kind of see a little bit toward the trunk, and there was like some type of pole of some kind. Like you can see like a long thin thing, but you can't tell what it is.
I'm gonna check one of the doors and see if I can get in the van.
You want to go for like, so it's on the side with the driver's side up.
Yeah, check the driver's side.
You want to pull that driver's side, or do you want to do like the slidey door?
Let's see if I can pull the driver's side.
Okay, you can, but you are like, I guess, went toward farther down the driver's side of the
Yeah.
van because it would be odd if you pulled that open and you're on the opposite side of the door. So
Yeah.
I imagine you might try that first, seeing as how your choices lately. So you open it and it opens, it works fine, right? It's very dusty in there. It smells gross, like musty.
Mhm.
But and like some rotting food. There seems to be like a smoothie that was left there. There's flies.
Disgusting.
You don't hear anything besides little buzzy fruit fly thing.
Disgusting.
You wanna look in it? You gonna get
I'm
in
gonna
it? What are
go
you gonna
in.
do?
I'm gonna get in the van.
So you climb in. You can't keep the door open unless you're gonna hold it. It is a late '90s vehicle, so you could roll the windows down if you'd like, if you're not cool with the smell. But you will have to decide whether you would like to compromise
Yeah.
more safety for ventilation.
I'm gonna roll it like a crack, like a
Okay.
smidge.
Yeah, so it's down like an inch-ish or something.
Yeah, not enough that you can like shove a finger through it, but like just enough
Yeah.
that there's some air.
Yeah. So that'll give you a little bit of air, but not much.
Hmm.
And it's not like you're gonna suffocate or anything. It smells really bad.
Hmm.
Um, the vehicle, like somebody obviously like left it in a hurry because like there was like smoothies that were mostly full. There's like wrappers of something, like which likely had food in it, but now looks just like mush and
Hmm.
gross mess. And that's probably where the smell is coming from. The fruit fly situation is not ideal, and they're like accumulated in the smears of this stuff because it's all like dumped over the passenger side because the driver's side is up, right? And
Hmm.
that's how gravity works, if you didn't know.
Yes.
And so it's just like old 90s style van, so you can climb through every part of the van without having to go outside. Do you want to investigate any of this van?
Yeah, I'm gonna look through the van for some stuff.
Where would you like to look in the van?
I'm gonna go to the pole.
What the fuck is a pole?
The pole. You said there was a pole in the back.
Oh, okay. I was like, what part of the van is the pole? I expected you to be like, oh, I'll go look in the front seat, or I'll look in the glove box, I'll look in what's in the seat behind me, I'll climb into the back. Not, I'll look at the pole. So you have to climb through the van to get to the back to see what this
Hmm.
pole thing is.
Hmm.
You're climbing over seats at this point. There's nobody in the van that you can see at this
Hmm.
point. No animals, no people. The only living thing seems to be the bugs.
Hmm.
Um, you're climbing over some type of bag. There's like a tote bag that's open. You can see like flip flops, towel kind of thing, some sunscreen, and like there's like a duffel bag, one of those like zip up bags,
Hmm.
there that you've climbed over and got to the back. And you see the pole is not a pole at all, it's a pool noodle. And there's like a deflated, inflatable, like shark floaty thing that kids play on
Hmm.
in the back. Because you're like,
Hmm.
I guess, looking into the trunk area. And there also happens to be like an inner tube, which is semi deflated, and oars,
Okay. Yeah.
mm-hmm. like plasticky ones for a kayak kind of style
Hmm.
thing. That's all that's in the back, like the back.
Hmm. I'm gonna
What you
open
gonna do
the
now?
duffel bag.
Okay, so you open the duffel bag, and there's clothing,
Hell yeah.
men's and women's, and some like kids stuff as well. And there's also what the hell is that? Like ID, like like passports
Okay.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. Um, that's all you can see with just like looking in without digging through the bag.
I'm gonna take out the women's clothes
Mm-hmm.
and put them on so I can get out
They
of my
fit you
hospital room.
miraculously.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have jeans, and t-shirt, and there's new socks. There's undergarments if you'd like them. There's uh, there's like sweaters as well.
Mm-hmm.
What are you putting on?
I'm putting on jeans and a t-shirt, and I'm gonna take one of the towels and kind of cut it and make like a little bandage for my foot and wrap it around my foot.
Okay.
And you said is there any other shoes besides flip flops or just flip flops?
There's well, you've only looked in the duffel bag, and the towel was in the tote bag.
Yeah, I went
So I
to the
assume
tote bag
you're
after
open
I'm
the tote
done.
bag as
Yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's flip flops, and then there's those like weird water shoes people wear,
I'm
like
putting
those
on
ones.
the water shoes.
Yeah, like they're like water socks. They're called. With like they have like a rubber soled actual bottom, but the
Hmm.
rest of them is just like that weird sock
Yeah, I have a
thing that
pair
like
actually.
tightens on your ankles kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's the only shoes. The flip flops are that.
I'm putting on the water shoes.
Hmm. Okay. So you bandaged up your foot without cleaning it.
Uh huh.
And you're still bleeding from the arm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another towel and wrap it around my shoulder.
Hmm. Okay, so I guess you'll tie that and
Yep.
try that out.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so that's all you can see that might be useful there, but you didn't open anything that's closed besides that duffel bag.
You didn't say there was anything else in there. You just said there's the duffel bag and the tote bag.
Yeah, there's compartments
Well,
to a
duh, but I
vehicle.
wanted to get clothes on first, Melanie.
Yeah, that's what I said. You've collected things from everywhere that's visible.
Now I'm gonna go through the usual, the dashboard, the passenger side thing, the middle console, the doors.
There's like wet wipes, papers and shit, um, napkins, coupons for things that probably don't matter now. A pair of sunglasses, uh, some coins, money, like spare change type of shit. That's it.
I'm gonna take the wet wipes
Hmm.
and I'm gonna take one of the oars.
Yeah. Also, I should mention there's a nail file, like one of the metal nail files.
I'm gonna take the nail file
It's like
and the
let's say
and the
4
oar.
inches long of the blade of the file.
Take that, take the oar,
Hmm.
take the wet wipes, and get out of the van.
Okay. So you do that. There is humans of some sort that are shuffling slowly and towards you, and one is on the ground and doesn't have a lower half, just shuffling along
Hmm.
with arms and going at you.
Hmm.
They're like spread out. They're not coming in a group. They're like coming from different directions, and they're just moving very slowly, but they're say 40 feet away from you. There's two other vehicles near you.
Hmm.
Both are upright, like normal. One, the door is hanging open of
Hmm.
like an SUV, and then there's a small car that looks closed up, like no doors open,
Okay.
and neither of which look to have like damage of like visible damage of like broken anything.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the SUV and look for some keys so I can drive away.
Yeah. So you go look at the open door SUV. It's the back passenger door that's open.
Hmm.
Um, what do you do when you get to the vehicle?
Crawl
You
up
go.
front to look
Mhm.
for keys.
You get in, and you go to crawl up front, and they're strapped in the front seat, and the driver is a zombie who is waving arms frantically at you, trying to get at you, but stuck. And you crawled right up, and it gets a good swipe and gets at you, gets a hold of you.
I'm gonna take my nail file and jab it through their eye.
Okay, you do that. It did get a hold of you. You managed to kill it with that nail file. The nail file stuck now
That's okay.
when you try to pull it out.
That's okay.
Um,
You can stay in the ammo.
mhm. The it stopped moving. It managed to grab a hold of you, forearm, uh, and those other zombies are like say 20 feet away from the vehicle now. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna open the door, the front door,
Are you
unbuckle the.
crawling over this zombie?
I'm leaning over the zombie to open the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna unbuckle the zombie. I'm gonna Sparta kick it out the door,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna shut the door,
Mhm.
lock the doors,
Mhm.
assume the keys are still in the ignition.
Yeah, the keys are still in the ignition.
I'm gonna turn the car on and I'm gonna drive.
Yeah. Um. So you're gonna drive, and you're driving. I guess away from the town still, or back
Yup,
toward the town.
away from the town.
Mhm. Yeah. So you're going there. You got a fairly clear path. Um. Though, as you're driving, the door of the back passenger is waving and flapping because you haven't closed it, but it's locked. So good job.
Eh,
And so you're driving, and you got a pretty clear path right now. What do you want to do at this point? Like,
just
do you
wanna
want to check
drive.
anything?
No.
Okay. You hear some going on from somewhere behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What do you do when you hear this sound? Also, what
Uh,
did you do with the fucking oar?
I kept the oar with me
So I guess that's in the front passenger seat.
in the front passenger seat. It's my partner now.
Yeah. You put some googly eyes on
Nah, I don't. I gotta find googly eyes though.
it. That's next on the list.
I'm gonna look in the rearview mirror.
You can't see anything. Like behind you, like you just see the regular back of the SUV. You see out the back thing, and you can see like that you were leaving behind that whole car pileup thing, and those zombies that were there that are still shuffling in your direction, but they're becoming like pinpricks because you're getting pretty far away. And you have a like 3/4 of a tank of gas.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And obviously you can hear the whole because the radio's not working
Yeah.
because
So I'm
society
gonna.
has collapsed.
Yeah, they have. I'm gonna pull over,
hmm
get out of the car,
hmm When
shut the
you
passenger.
stop, yeah, when you stop, like, I guess you're coming to probably a abrupt stop or a slow stop.
Like a slow stop.
Okay. Well, the door to the back passenger shuts. It's not like fully shut. It's if this car has like the open door thing, so it's still like the doing the like light up thing and the dingy ding of like
Mm-hmm.
there's a door still open, but it's closed but not secured.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
I'm gonna get out, properly
hmm
shut the passenger door.
Do you like what do you do to properly shut it?
Like I open it and then I
Mhm.
close it.
Do you look in to the back?
No.
Okay, it's shut.
And I get back in the car and I start driving.
hmm Okay, so you're driving, and like I said, it's probably like 15 to 20 minutes to drive to the next town,
Mm-hmm.
which I assume you're heading on because it's mostly like an open highway until you get to like turnoffs to get to town,
Mm-hmm.
like different towns and stuff. So you're
Mm-hmm.
driving. You're still hearing the shit happening behind you and movement of some kind, like along with it. What
Once
you
I get to
want
the
to
town,
do?
I'm gonna pull. Once I get to the town, I'm gonna pull over and open the passenger door and look in, holding my oar.
Okay, well, we'll see if you get there. So that sound is still going. Your arm is hurting. Left forearm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, are you gonna look at it?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my arm because I'm like, wow, my arm is hurting. What's going on with my
Yeah.
arm?
So you look down, and there's definitely like a lot of smudging of like dirt and kind of brownishy blood,
Mm-hmm.
which definitely isn't like fresh on your arm. And your arm hurts, but you can't tell if there's an injury because of that smear and like the grime, and it's like almost like it's mud because it's like coagulated blood.
So what I'm gonna do while I'm driving, because I can do this while I drive, is I'm gonna take out a wet wipe and I'm gonna wipe my arm off.
Okay, so you wipe it off and you see that there's like redness, there's definitely grip that looks like it's like being gripped and having your arm squeezed, so like probably some bruising is going to happen. And there's like a scratch, but it didn't break the skin. So like basically that like something red scratch mark that didn't cut
Mm-hmm,
through.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So you have not been scratched. And at that moment that you're doing this and you're driving, definitely totally safely, you've never had accidents before.
No, I've never had any car accidents. What are you talking about?
You feel a grab to your right, let's say like tricep.
Mm-hmm.
Like something is trying to grab at you and gets the sleeve and pinches your skin a little and kind of like a snatch but doesn't keep hold.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you're still hearing that weird like shuffling and noises and that means zombie.
So I'm gonna slowly turn around in my seat because I've never had an accident. I'm an excellent driver. And look behind me.
And you look right into the face, like you have to look down, of the half person zombie, the top half of the zombie, that is snatching towards you and grabs at you again and is like trying to hoist itself up over the console and gets a hold of your elbow this time because you're twisted. And it clamps down with its fingers as it's clawing at you, and it breaks the skin.
No, I'm turned into a zombie.
I mean, it'll take a few days.
At this point, I hear my dad in my voice in my head. The one piece of advice he said to me is if you know you're gonna die, I'm just gonna take off my seatbelt, floor the car, let the wheel go, and see what happens.
Okay, so you're gonna go out trying to take yourself out.
Take myself out and take the zombie out while I'm at it.
The zombie is like not gonna stop climbing you.
I don't
It managed to
care.
climb from the ground up into the car, and now it's climbing over the seat to get to you.
While I have my foot on the gas, I'm just gonna take the oar and start beating it with the oar.
Yeah, and just because it's scratched doesn't mean it says now you're no longer food. Like until you turn and like actually die, which will take probably 72 hours for the infection to get in and kill you and stop your heart.
Mm-hmm.
It still thinks of you as food, so it will continue to try to eat you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and beat it with the oar.
Okay, and as you're doing that while driving and definitely not able to maintain eyes on the road, you veer off, go into the ditch, and crash the car.
Excellent.
And we'll just give you a fiery death.
Excellent.
Zombie survives. Half man zombie survives. I mean, you definitely put some dents in him, but like,
oh, definitely.
As I said, plastic ore.
Still, listen, as long as I could just beat him up, that's all the joy I needed in my life.
Yeah. And then he has a cool sequence where he climbs out of the thing as it's, in a fiery wreck, and he's on fire. But this isn't going to take him down. He's going to continue to hobble around for his next meal while on fire. Like a Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, but only half of him, and he doesn't have a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. So not as cool.
Or twice as cool, because he's only half of Nicolas Cage.
It'd be cooler if he was
actually played by Nicolas Cage canonically in this sequence.
It'd be cool if he was riding a motorcycle as he was on fire. That would be cool.
With no legs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he goes off into the sunset. Another day being a half zombie for him. To tell all his cool zombie friends. And you survived longer than I thought, but I mostly because I was very nice to you. Yeah. And you left the good knife and kept a little pig poker. I didn't use it.
Nope.
You decided to throw it in the
Yep.
purse at the man with the gun.
Yep.
Who was like, hey, just back away and leave us. Like, they
You
didn't
know
pull the gun
why?
until you, like, went at him.
You know why? Never let him know
Why?
your next move.
Yeah. I should have just had him shoot you in the head right there. But no. No, I was like, let's give her a chance.
Purse distraction.
I was like, zombie has to kill her in this. Instead, again, no, zombie can't kill you. Rachel kill Rachel.
Rachel kill Rachel.
That's how it works. Okay, dear Lord. Give me a scenario now.
All right, so picture this. You're on an island in the sun.
Yeah, I can tell where this is going.
Having
I know
fun
what scenario I'm getting.
with everyone. You're with. You got invited there because you're so famous as an author now. This is how you get to the island. They want you to come, and they want you to come. They want you to come and kind of explore the island. They're like, we got to have some celebrities on here. You know, we got to get some celebrities.
And all I could afford was me.
You were like the top of their C tier celebrity list. All the A's and B's and the S's were busy.
And we'll suspend our disbelief that, because, I, as a massive introvert, would not go anywhere with people, mostly. Invited to a place where there's people congregating? No, thank you. Which is also probably why I couldn't be in the zombie apocalypse one, because I would not coordinate with anybody.
No.
I'd be by myself. Zombies can't eat you if you don't go to the zombies.
That's true. That's true. So, you're there. There's some other people who have been invited. There's like paleontologists. There's like a chaos theory guy that kind of looks like Jeff Goldblum, but it's like the Wish version of Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
There's like the owner brought their kids for some reason to come. One of them is like your biggest fan, even though they're like 12 and they should not be reading your stuff, but that's a whole other discussion.
I'm like, why did your parents let you read that sex scene? And the book about turning people into puppets. Like,
yeah, the kid comes up to you and says,
choice.
I really like how you describe the fact that they dump somebody while alive in boiling hot wax.
Yeah, and I go, like, well, the first draft was not wax. It was plastic. But they wouldn't have survived, so we had to do a rewrite.
So anyways,
because I know what the temperature is for the boiling point.
Yes.
And it is deadly.
So you're there, you're in the little group. The person's like, this is the greatest thing we've ever created. We have brought back dinosaurs. And you guys are going to go on a tour. And it's going to be great. You're going to have to tell me what you think about it. Don't worry. We got fences. They can't get through the fences. We got the best security system. We got a cool guy. He looks kind of shady. He's working security system. We trust him. Didn't run a background check on any of our employees because why would we do that?
And now, is this like a tour? Like, this guy is a tour guide?
No, he's not a tour guide. He's going to put you in some automated cars and you're going to go through the park yourself.
Okay, well, like, he's still doing stuff. So I'm going to put my hand up and be like, I have a question.
Yes.
Can any of these dinosaurs fly?
No.
Okay. Because you say fences. You don't say, like, enclosures with, like, a cover.
Yeah, no, we couldn't find any flying dinosaur DNA.
Okay. Because you can just find that stuff around.
Yeah, it's very hard to find.
Yeah. Okay, so at least there's that. How high are these fences?
They're like 30 feet high.
And how tall are these dinosaurs?
The tallest is like 20.
And can they climb?
No.
And, like, can we have weapons?
No, you're not gonna need weapons. You're crazy.
Have they been declawed or detoothed?
No, we're not gonna declaw detooth the dinosaur. They're not a cat.
Can I leave?
No.
I think I'm not feeling very well. I'm just gonna like stay in my
Let's go. Everybody
room, my
get in the
accommodation.
cars, and then
No, no, I
they're
don't
gonna
think
put you in the
so.
car, and the cars are gonna go.
And I'm gonna pull out my knife now. Okay, I didn't carry my knife. I would not handle that well though. I'd probably swing at somebody if they're gonna just like grab me and
You
shove me
are
in the
in the
car.
car with the Wish version of Jeff Goldblum
Mm-hmm.
and the kids.
Lovely. Wish version of Jeff Goldblum. Does he have any weapons on him, like that I can see?
No,
Does anybody have any weapons on them I can see?
no.
What's in the car with me?
So the car's got like a big emergency kit in the back, and it's got like flares and like the caution
Mm-hmm.
cones and like a poncho, and it's got like a utility knife,
Can I get
and
a hold of this?
you'd have to crawl over the children to get to it
Hmm.
while
So
the
it's
car is moving.
so it's like a plan B.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are these like open cars? Or are they like Jeeps with like no?
They're like Jeeps
Yeah,
with like
like
a glass roof.
because everybody loves a glass roof.
Of course, it's so
Yeah.
practical.
Is this like a sunroof or is this just like open concept vehicle thing?
It's an open concept vehicle.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. Is Jeff Goldblum driving?
No, the car drives itself.
Oh, that'll be great. It won't be like the robots will take over or anything. Plot twist.
Plot twist, this is not a dinosaur movie, this is a robot invasion.
Okay, so what happens?
You're going through the park, everything's nice. There's like a little guided, like, hi, my name's Jimmy Fallon, and you're at Jurassic Park. He did a
Jimmy Fallon?
cameo. He did a cameo in Jurassic World.
Okay, so does he like, he's like actually there? Is it like hologram? Is he on a screen? What's
He's
up?
on a screen. It's like a pre-recorded video.
Yeah, because he knows not to be there.
He's like, welcome to
Smarter
Jurassic
than me.
Park, the world's first genetically engineered dinosaur theme park. My name is Jimmy Fallon, and you're gonna see some great things on this ride. To our left, we have Dilophosaurus. What's a Dilophosaurus? It's the dinosaur with the wings around their head, and they yell and they spit venom that can paralyze you. But don't worry, there's a fence and there's glass.
Fence and glass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't see any Dilophosauruses, though.
So what do I see? I guess the car is still driving.
Yeah,
Are the
you
other
see, like,
cars there too?
the car's behind you. There's like 2 or 3 cars behind you.
Okay. So we're the first one.
Yeah.
Lovely. Love that
So
for
you
me.
see like jungle. It's like a dirt road that has like a track that the cars run on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You hear like some birds like, ah!
Mm-hmm. Are we near the enclosures yet?
You're like 5 feet from the enclosure.
Like on like the sides of us?
Yeah.
Like on either side of the
No,
car?
just on one side. The other side is just open field.
Like jungle.
Yeah.
So is it open field, no, like nothing in it, or like jungle with trees?
It's just jungle with trees. There's like, you can see some burbs.
Mm-hmm. And now, am I like strapped in this car?
Yes.
Can I undo the straps?
No.
If I wanted. No.
I mean, you can undo the seatbelt. You can't open the door. It's one of those things that when the car starts moving, they lock and they don't unlock until the car stops.
No. So I'm like, am I in this ride till like I get to the end kind of style thing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll like sit here for a minute and just, I've assessed my options.
Okay, you're gonna go along and you're gonna come to the next fence and they're going to say, and on this side, you are going to see some pachycephalosauruses. They are ones that have a round, smooth head, smooth brain, no bumps or ridges. And if they line it up with their neck directly and run, and you gonna be paralyzed because they gonna shatter your spine.
Can I
You do
see
see
these
some of
things?
those. You do see some of those, and they're like running and butting their heads at the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're
And
like butting each other.
what does the fence like? What reaction does the fence have
The
to this
fence has
thing?
no reaction. It's just a fence.
I mean, like, does it shake? Does it bend? Does anything
No, it's a pretty sturdy
with
looking
the
fence.
impact?
Yeah, it's a pretty sturdy
Metal?
looking fence. It's a metal fence, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see at the top of the fence, there's like some sharp little barbs at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like it's a pretty. The fence is, it's taken a beating. There might be some dents. You can't see the dents from where you are, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty solid for
Mm-hmm.
these guys.
So this vehicle I'm in, is there
Mhm.
any steering like options?
Yeah, there's a
Like, is there a
steering wheel,
steering
but
wheel?
it's automatic.
Okay. Is there anything I can see to like override?
Nope.
Is there a button?
Nope.
There's no buttons. There's just a wheel with nothing happening.
Yep.
It's a lovely vehicle. I don't know why anyone would not like that.
It's a great vehicle. What are you talking
Mm-hmm.
about?
Yeah, just like the steering wheel for show.
Yeah, I mean there are some buttons, but like
Oh, buttons have magically appeared.
if you go to press them, they don't do anything. Like there's like a cruise control button, there's like a volume button, but they don't do anything. They're kind of just like there.
Mm. And so when I press them, they don't do anything.
They don't do anything.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so that's what I've done so far. I've poked at some buttons,
Mhm. Yeah.
and I'm gonna like just. Is the steering wheel on my side or on Jeff Goldblum's side?
It's on your side.
Okay, I'm just gonna like try to turn the wheel like a little bit
It
to
is
like hold it
locked.
slightly to the right.
It's locked.
Locked, it won't turn at all.
Yeah, won't turn. You
Okay.
try to turn it, it won't turn.
Mhm.
You're in
Um,
this for the long haul.
I know. I just want to know what my options are for when this goes bad.
So you're driving along, you pass a few other exhibits. There's like some Parasaurolophuses. There's like some long neck ones. I don't know the actual brontosauruses.
That's the only name I recognize.
There's like some Triceratops.
Mhm.
And then of course, you're getting close to like the end. You passed a velociraptor pen. Couldn't really see any of those. You could hear like the noises of the
Yeah.
velociraptors, but you couldn't really see
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, and they're like they look like the mini T-Rexes basically, right? Like they
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
They have like the little short arms too.
Short arm. They're not too super short, but they've got like a really
Mhm.
nasty claw on one of their toes that they use
Mm.
that for like killing, and they can see
Kickboxing.
movement. They're very intelligent. They hunt in
Mhm.
packs and they can set traps and all this stuff. They're very intelligent ones. But
Mhm.
you don't see any. You hear like the noises of them
Mhm.
as you're
They
coming up to
probably
the
like
end.
created a union and they're trying to like overthrow the whole system.
Yeah. You get close to the end, and Jimmy
Mhm.
Fallon says, "And now, as we bring our tour close to an end,
The fucking
we
T-Rex, isn't it?
present to you the Tyrannosaurus Rex."
Mm.
And at this point, the cars stop,
Mm.
and everybody kind of pushes their face against the window trying to see the T Rex.
And I just sit there like, is this over yet?
But of course, they don't see the T Rex.
Mm.
So then they're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bait the T Rex because T Rex likes to be baited like a fish.
Hmm.
And
And who
they,
says this was whose idea was this?
some rich guy.
No, about the baiting. Like who comes up with this?
Oh, some of their so called researchers.
Oh, so it's them. It's not just like somebody in my car that I have to
Yeah,
take
it's
out.
one of them that they're like they come through the speakers and they're like, we're gonna try and bait the T-Rex because they like to be jebaited.
Hmm.
So you
And if
see
I speak, can they hear me? Like the researcher people that are doing this?
you don't know.
And they're like, oh, let's not do that. Let's not anger the big carnivore. Any response?
No response.
Okay, I'm telling people in my vehicle, I think this is a very bad idea. I think bad things are about to happen.
So they put up the bait. It's a cow.
They did not respond. I'm sitting here with NPCs
They're too
who cannot
distracted.
communicate with me.
They're too distracted by trying to see this T-Rex, okay?
No help to me. I'm gonna kneecap them when I gotta run.
So a cow comes up in the middle of the pen.
Mm,
You kind of, you wait, you wait, you wait,
dinner.
you wait.
Mm-hmm.
No T-Rex. Cow's just hanging out, chewing, making some cud. They kind of go, they come through the speaker and go, all right, we're gonna just continue on and kind of wrap this up because I don't
Yeah.
think the T-Rex is coming out today.
Yeah, he's already out.
And as you drive by, you notice that there is a hole in the fence
Of the T-Rex one.
of the T-Rex one.
Mm. Yeah. He's gone out for dinner. He's not staying in.
And you notice this. No one else seems to notice because they're all upset they didn't see the T-Rex.
Mm-hmm. I announce it to my vehicle of people. Hey guys, big hole in fence. T-Rex no like cow. He wants other meals. He wants diversity in his diet, and he's off somewhere. We're in danger. Stop licking the windows and looking out like fucking idiot. I will swear in front of you children. You don't seem to notice.
Window lick. No, there's no hole in the fence. You're silly. Which version of Jeff Goldblum's gonna be like, oh, you're crazy. There's no. And he stops and he also sees the hole and he goes,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
And you feel in the car the rumble.
Yeah, like big footsteps.
The rumble.
Ground shaking.
The rumble.
Here it comes. Mm-hmm. The car isn't moving now, right?
No, the car's moving.
Oh, I thought it stopped.
No, they started moving because they're like, oh, you can't see the T-Rex. We're gonna wrap this up and peace out.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that?
Okay, so my hand is near the release for my seatbelt, but I haven't touched it yet. I'm just like, if I gotta get out of here fast, I need to not be attached to this seat, right? But also, I don't want to take it off because the vehicle's still moving. So if there was a crash, I want to have the safety of it. And I'm also thinking, hey, I'm planning for shit's going down. So I'm like, I don't have a weapon. The flare gun and stuff might be helpful. In that emergency kit back there, I need to get a hold of it. I also need to make a quick escape from the seatbelt if I need to. So I got my hand kind of resting there. I already tried doors, and it's not opening, but the vehicle's still moving as well.
You hear a loud bang behind you.
I look back to see what it is.
And you see one of the Triceratops has also gotten out of its pen and has flipped the third car.
Okay. So I tell the kids in the back to give me that emergency kit because I assume they can reach it.
Yes, they can reach it. So they give you the emergency kit.
Yeah. So they pass it forward to me and I have it now on my lap and I may let somebody else use it. I haven't decided if I would like them to come with me on this escape.
And you hear the voice come through the speaker. Everybody don't panic. It seems we have a containment issue. Just stay in the cars. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna come get you. It's gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
And
these kids in my car, where are their parents?
that's a good question. Anyways, so
It's not Jeff Goldblum.
No, he's not the dad.
Mm-hmm. Does he work at this place?
No, he also came to visit. He was also invited to come visit.
Okay, I go like Mr. Fake Jeff Goldblum. What do you do? Like, what's your background?
I am a philosopher.
Yeah, that's lovely. That'll be helpful. Mm-hmm. Ever shot a gun? Never stabbed anybody?
Oh no, never. I'm all about
know anything about dinosaurs?
No.
Why are you here?
They invited me. I was top of the D-list celebrity list.
Okay. How fast can you run?
Oh, I run marathons every morning.
Okay.
He's one of those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, like when things go bad, I'm gonna need your help with these children if they're gonna survive something.
We can't just leave the kids to the dinosaurs.
That's what he says?
Yes.
Okay, well, Melanie inside is thinking, I know who I'm shooting first. I was planning for you to die trying to save the children while I got away. But I guess I'll have to really take it out on you and go all Shane Walsh from Walking Dead and just kneecap you and leave you to die that way. And the kids can fend for themselves. That's Melanie's internal monologue. She says none of this out loud.
You hear some scream. You start hearing some screaming as you also notice the velociraptors are out of their paddock as well because they're smart and they figured out how to jump over the gate. And they're kind of like skitting around the car trying to get at the people. There's one car that's like flipped on its side because of the triceratops. Another car is, the people are like screaming and flailing their arms in it.
No.
Then all of a sudden the cars stop moving.
Okay.
And you hear a voice go, somebody cut the power. Crunch.
What's the crunch?
That person is dead.
Okay.
The speaker man is dead.
So cars are stopped. And the car, upper part of the car is like glass, you said?
Yeah, like the roof is glass.
Is it like thick glass? Is it thin glass?
It's like thick with 1C glass.
Okay, and if I look back toward the other vehicles, has like any of these dinosaurs breached a car yet?
No.
Are they trying?
They are trying their darndest to breach the car.
Is there any damage that I can see with these cars?
There's like, there's some scratches and stuff on the paint, and like the velociraptor seem to have disappeared. You look and you see a Pachycephalosaurus come running head down at your guys' car.
Lovely.
And he runs into the side that Wish Dr. Jeff Goldblum is on, so he ends up getting thrown back into you.
But he's buckled in.
Yeah.
He can't move that far.
Well, he gets kind of thrown back with his seatbelt kind of like chokes him a little bit. It's kind of hot if you think about it, but anyways.
I'm gonna try. Like, is the car completely shut down? Is it still functioning, but like not moving?
It's not moving, so you don't know if it's not working at all or if it's just not.
Pedals of any kind by my feet?
There is.
Okay. I'm going to try putting my feet on the pedals to test out if these, like very gently first, if they can move the car.
No movement.
Can I tell if the car is running?
The car is not running.
Okay, well, you said it wasn't shut down.
Well, it's not running.
For one thing, it's running and then it's not? Is there buttons that I can press to try to make it run?
No, you would need some sort of electronic system to be running to make it run.
Okay. Can I open the door?
You can try.
If I try to open it, don't open it all the way, but just see if it's gonna like give and actually move.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get anywhere with it?
Yes, the door opens.
Okay. And so those flat-headed dudes are coming at Goldblum's side.
Yeah, they're going at Goldblum's side, and now they're going to some of the other cars, and they're starting to like headbutt the other cars as well.
Mm-hmm. And I have emergency thing in my lap.
Yeah, and you
And
hear it's just chaos because you hear like a which is the Brachiosaurus, and he comes rushing by because he's panicked.
Mm-hmm. And what's around me, like outside of the vehicle? Like,
So in front of you is the road, which will lead back to the main part of the park.
mm-hmm.
To the side that Wish Jeff Goldblum is on is
Mm-hmm.
the broken T-Rex paddock.
Mm-hmm.
And on your side is the jungle.
Yeah. But in front of me should be back. It shouldn't be where we came from.
Well, it kind of does like a
Loop.
it's not where you came from, but it's kind of like
It's like a
different
circle.
it's kind of like a circle, yeah.
Yeah. So that way is back to like people spaces.
Yes.
And like what kind of people spaces? Are they like, is there anything like fortified that I would have seen going in?
So you can see there's like the main control center, there's like a little theater, there's some restaurants, there's like a first aid station, there's some bathrooms. It looked like there was a outpost ranger station of some sort, but you didn't really get a good look at that.
And how did we get to the island? Like a dock of
You
some kind or
you
helicopter?
took chopper.
Chopper? And
You
where was
took
the
a
chopper
chopper.
pad? Top of that stuff?
Chopper pad is like it's like 5 kilometers from the main area. You had to walk through a hill and stuff.
There's no roads to it.
There is, it's a dirt road, but you had to walk.
Are there any other vehicles that I would have seen on
You
the
might have
way
seen like
there?
some emergency vehicles for staff.
And where were they?
They were parked kind of outside of the main building.
Okay. So, there anything in my path right now, dinosaur-wise, if I were to open my door?
There is not.
Is there anything toward the main building that I can see?
From what you can see right now, because you can't really see the main building, you can't tell if there's a dinosaur there or not.
But
you
in
haven't
like
seen the T-Rex yet?
line of sight, that direction?
Yeah.
Anything that I can see, like
no
bad things?
Nothing you can see.
Okay, and where's the nearest dinosaur to me?
It's behind, so it's at the Jeep behind you. The Parasaurolophus is kind of like looking at the car and like bumping its head against it. But the other ones seem to have vanished.
Okay, and in my bag, this emergency bag thing, I'm just gonna take a quick inventory look through. You said there was a flare gun. How many flares?
There's like 5.
Okay. What else is in there?
There's like the emergency cones. There's ponchos for rain. There's a first aid kit. There's a utility knife in there. There's also like some granola bars for snacks, a bottle of water.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out the knife, put it in my pocket, so it's easily accessible. I'm gonna take out the flare gun and poke that down the back of my pants, and I'm unbuckling my seatbelt.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of it I'm going to leave in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
How big is the bag?
It's like a medium-sized bag.
Vague and nondescript. Very nice. Easily carryable, medium?
You could carry it, but it's awkwardly shaped.
Mm-hmm. How big is first aid kit?
First aid kit is like a standard first aid kit size.
So like smaller than a
Yeah.
paperback novel kind of
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the first aid kit and shove it in my bra.
Okay.
And the rest of the stuff, and the poncho is probably packed really small too, right?
It is, yeah.
So I'll shove that like in my other pocket.
Her other bra.
My other pant pocket, like the back
Yeah.
pocket, right? Everything else I'm going to just disregard, and I'm going to zip the bag up again
Mm-hmm.
and lay it to like the middle of the console thing, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And leave it there. And then
Okay.
I'm going to take a look around again outside the vehicle
Mm-hmm.
and assess. I want to know where all the dinosaurs that are in sight are.
They have seemed to wandered off with their
All of them.
newfound freedom. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to look to the people I'm with.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of them injured?
No. They're scared.
Mm-hmm.
Smells like maybe wish Jeff Goldblum might have pissed himself, but they're fine.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, Mr. Philosopher. I'm gonna take control of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to. I imagine they didn't notice me picking through the bag and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really, because they're too freaked out. So
Yes.
I'm going to give the bag to Mr. Jeff Goldblum and tell him he's in charge of the emergency kit.
Okay.
And I've pulled my shirt down over the flare gun in the back of my jeans now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do not want anyone to know that I have taken this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I have done what I could to hide this first aid kit in my bra.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have my cell phone or anything?
You do have your cell phone. There is no signal.
Okay. Was there any signal on the island since we got there? Any part?
The only signal, maybe very weak, would be by the helicopter pad.
Okay, so I gotta go like 5 kilometers to get to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like,
Did notice
hey,
though, however, in the main building, they do have phones in the main building. They have landlines.
landlines. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 2024. Forget that those exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I look at these guys. Get Jeff Goldblum in charge of the emergency bag. You're Mr. Emergency Safety Captain, dude. Okay, the kids. How many? How old?
There's 2. One is 14, one is 8.
They're related?
They are brother, sister.
Who's the older one?
Sister. She's 14, brother is 8.
So we have a chance, you're saying?
Yes.
Other way? No chance.
No chance.
Okay, I'm like, let's not name them. I can't keep up with that. I say out loud.
Yep.
No. Well, just not in the scenario, name them. Okay, so older sister, Missy, you're in charge of your younger brother. Keep him with you all times. Do not let him out of your sight.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to get out of this vehicle. The vehicle is not going to move anywhere. I've already checked this. We have to get to the main building, and we have to call for help. And to do this, we have to keep our shit together, people. We have to be quiet. We have to move quickly. We have to be efficient.
Mm-hmm.
We have to stick together. Mr. Jeff Goldblum, dude, you're in charge of the emergency bag. You're carrying it. You got a problem with that? Shut the fuck up. You can carry the child if you like. So far, seems like no complaints. Not that I give them room to speak. Anyway, we're all getting out. We're all going to be quiet. And if you can't be quiet and capable, and keep your shit together to have us all get through this, you will be left behind. And you will listen to me, or I will leave you behind. Questions, concerns, anything you want to bring up now, speak now, forever hold your fucking peace.
Actually, I think I should be in charge because as a man, I feel like I'm stronger and smarter than you as a woman.
What would you like to do, Mr. Philosopher?
I think we should get back in the car and wait for somebody to come get
We're
to it.
already in the car, dumbass. We haven't left it.
We should stay in the car.
This is why I'm in charge. You don't even know we're still sitting in the car. Now shut up. This is not a Schrodinger's car, okay? We're not in the car, out of the car. Who knows, okay? We are in the car. That's literally what's happening right now. We haven't left. You haven't even tried the door. You've just been panicking and licking the fucking windows. Any other comments, concerns before we move out?
He has no comments, concerns, questions, or complaints.
Okay. Children, anything they would like to speak up about?
I want to go home. I want to see my mommy.
If you'd like to do that, you're going to need to keep quiet, stick with your sister, or we will keep your mouth shut. Because crying loudly is going to attract big, crazy, bad dinosaurs with sharp teeth who want to eat you. But staying quiet means no getting eaten. Now, you are also aware we're still in the vehicle, right? Everybody's on board with this?
Yes.
Okay. I love the quiet crying. Love what you're doing. Keep doing that. Older sister, what's going on with this one?
He's a baby.
Yeah, okay. The baby's your problem. Okay? You are in charge. Keep baby next to you.
Ugh.
Okay? You keep your eyes on him. You keep him close to you. Hold his hand, and we move together and move quiet. We good with that?
Fine.
Or leave him by himself and see what happens. Would you want that responsibility of your brother just wandering off and being eaten?
Ugh. Fine, I'll watch out for him. I can't believe you're putting this on me. I'm a Pisces.
Okay, well, you know what? Pisces are fish, and fish can't breathe on land. So that's not helping you right now, is it? No. So none of that. I don't understand astrology, but it's not helping us here. I don't know much about dinosaurs either. I say to myself under my breath. I paid somewhat attention to this. Don't know any of the names, but I know what they do. And they don't like people because we're the people that put them in the cages and they can't tell the difference. Now, before anyone moves, we're going to assess the situation again. Everybody look outside. Tell me if you see a fucking dinosaur.
They don't see
and we're going to do it quietly so that we can assess if we can hear a dinosaur. Do we hear or see anything?
You hear roars in the distance.
Nothing close.
Nothing close.
And nothing spottable.
Nothing spottable.
Did anyone see anything go that way toward the main building?
No.
No? Everybody's a no on that?
I mean, I might have saw like something go by. I don't know. I wasn't looking. I was on my phone.
Your phone that has no service.
Yeah, I was writing my manifesto.
And I'd love to hear more about that after we survive this. And I have some headphones in. But we're going. So, first thing I'm going to do is any one of these, like, okay, how many cell phones we got between the four?
There's 3.
Okay, so just youngest doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to use the cell phones like grenades of sound. Everyone's got music on their phone?
I don't have a phone.
We're not talking to you. You're no longer a character with lines. So everybody else, turn your phones on silent. And if we need to do a sound distraction, we are going to use the music from our phone and throw the phone as far away from us as we can to attract the dinosaur to that. We good with that?
Okay.
Okay, but we're not going to do that unless I say so. So we're going to get out real quiet and we're going to move quickly at like a fast-paced walk to the main building. We're going to go and we're going to get to the phone and we're going to call for help. We on board with this plan?
Sure.
Okay, so we get out very quietly and slowly, and everybody's told to shut the fuck up or Melanie will hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
And we start moving toward the main building,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like at a crouched speed walk,
Okay.
being as quiet as possible. Jeff
Mm-hmm.
Goldblum has bag.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie has all the useful elements,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody knows to keep themselves quiet. What's happening so far?
So you hear screams of the other passengers because they've also gotten out of the car and they kind of just ran in any which way direction. You hear screams because they're currently being eaten by velociraptors.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Meh, meh, meh," and it's all
Can we
like,
see that though? Because
no, you can't.
we couldn't see anything.
No, it's like a little ways away in the jungle. That's where the raptors are.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't see that. You can hear it, and it's not fun. It's horrible sound of screaming and death.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, oh my god.
Mm.
And they're like, "Wee."
No, I mean I'm trying not to laugh because you know my
Mhm.
reaction.
Yeah. So you don't see it. You continue
Okay.
walking for a bit. It's probably
Yeah,
like
and we're moving very as quickly as possible without sprinting.
so. As you're walking, it's been about like 20 minutes of you guys walking.
That's how far we are from the main building.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You see a Parasaurolophus run out in the road.
Is that flathead dude?
No, that's he's got a horn on his head. He's not carnivorous.
Mm.
And he's kind of like making noise. And from behind him comes the T-Rex. The T-Rex runs out and grabs the Parasaurolophus.
Mm.
And you hear
And they're on the road?
They're on the road.
And are they between us and the main building?
They are indeed.
But there's jungle on the left.
Yes.
So I'm going to motion to the people I'm with to move toward the jungle, and we're just gonna like step in very like not very far, just in a little bit so that we're out of sight, but not very far in.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can still see the road, but we need to like do that and duck into like some bush coverage.
Yeah.
And we're gonna like wait out and see what's gonna happen with the T-Rex. We want to know where he's going.
T-Rex is crunching and munching on his dinner he just got. Very excited because he can hunt now.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him, he picks up the body and he starts walking towards where the cars are with the body just hanging out of its mouth.
And he's passing us.
He's passing you. I'm assuming you are not moving?
No, we are staying in bush.
Okay. Yep. He just passes on by.
Mm-hmm. I've got Missy covering Little Bud's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready to clock the fuck out of Jeff Goldblum if I need to.
Okay.
So everybody's keeping quiet, everybody's chill.
Yep. Everybody's keeping quiet, everybody's chill.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so once the T-Rex is far enough out of sight, like we can't see him anymore, I assume I can still hear the steps.
Yeah.
So I'm not hearing any change to the cadence now, right?
Nope.
Still sounds like it's getting further away. I can't see him at all anymore. We're going to get back out onto the road, but stay very close to the tree line and continue moving toward the main building, moving quickly, quietly.
Okay.
With my 3 cannon fodder.
Okay.
We come up against anything else on the way to the main building, or are we coming close to it?
You're getting there. You hear rustling in the jungle.
How close?
It's like 30 feet from you.
Okay, so do I want to kill everybody off just yet? That's my thing. Um, I had a couple options. And what are my, like, I hear the rustling and stuff. What do my compatriots do?
They also hear the rustling.
They make
And
any sound? They say anything or look at anything?
they kind of just look at each other, look at you, look at the rustling.
So I'm
And
gonna like motion to be quiet, like a little like that
mhm,
sound, like that sound. You know what I mean? Like that like shush
yeah.
motion without making a sound.
Mhm,
And I am going to I'm going to take my phone out as well
mhm,
as the flare gun at
mhm,
the same time. I'm
mhm.
going to turn on some screamy metal real fast and whip the phone as far as I can toward the sound. And then
Okay.
I'm bolting
So
toward the
you
building
hear with
with the gun in my hand.
with you throw that, you hear
Mm-hmm.
as the
Mm-hmm.
raptors run towards the phone.
Mm-hmm. And I've sprinted. I didn't even tell what they fucking said or did. I'm just sprinting toward where I know the building's supposed to be with
Mhm.
gun in hand.
Okay.
What happens to my compatriots?
They're running. They're trying to keep up with you. They're
Mm-hmm.
struggling though because, like, you know, Jeff's
No
got
warning.
Jeff's got the bag.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a
child
strategic move.
child got little legs,
Mm-hmm.
and you know,
Teenagers got an attitude problem.
teenager got an attitude problem.
Slows you down.
You hear kind of the phone is still going.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you look behind you, you see a velociraptor jump out of the bush and land on Mr. Jeff Goldblum wish version.
Mm.
And he starts screaming.
Mm.
And he's like, no, no, no.
I, you know, as I'm running and I hear stuff behind me, I'll take like a quick glance out of the
Mm-hmm.
corner of my eye just so I can keep running and not, fall or anything. But
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not turning around to help anybody and I'm not moving like
Mm-hmm.
enough to do anything. I've got the gun still out in my hand ready to fire if something comes near me.
Mm-hmm.
Um I'm not that I'm happy he's screaming while dying, but that's a
Mm-hmm.
great distraction because he's making so much noise away from us as we keep running, or at
Mm-hmm.
least I keep running. I don't care what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really thought the little boy was going first, but Mr. Philosophy can go first, I guess. Hmm. I knew that bag was going to be useful for something. Yeah. So what's happening now?
So you guys are sprinting. You can see the main building. You're very close, very close, very close.
Really, kids are not phased. They're
I mean,
not like,
obviously they're panicking, but like,
yeah. And I'm
you know.
obviously far ahead of them. She's still, if she's cooperating, she's still handheld to the boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's her bag, her
Yeah,
baggage.
that is her baggage. Yep.
Yes, I did weigh both the biggest threats to me down purposefully. This is what happens when I have NPCs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you're running, and
Mm-hmm.
you feel the ground start to shake.
Yeah. So I'm telling, like, we're getting near the building, I assume, like, to be able to
Yes.
get in.
Yes.
I'm telling them, I'm like, get inside, go get to the phone and call the emergency thing. I assume it has like some type of like call to like the main headquarters or something, or like emergency contact
Hmm.
number thing on it. Probably.
Yes.
So I'm like, it'll be fine. Go check that. Go right there. Go right there. I'll hold them off, is what I say, and direct her and him to go in the building toward that.
Okay.
And I have never been going to the phone. I'm going to the fucking vehicles for the emergency for staff. Yeah. I'm like, remember the power's out. Turn on your flashlight on your cell phone
Okay.
to them, and I'll miss them because I've just now told them to put a beacon as they move through a dark building.
You have indeed told them to put a beacon.
Yes, they are distraction number 2. I thought they would be distraction number 1 because I thought I had, 3, but I guess they're attached and that's going to go that way. I really thought the kid wasn't going to make it this far.
Well,
But anyway, I'm going that way. I'm not telling them why. I'm just going to I'm going to go get the vehicle or something. I'll get that around. You go make the call and I'll meet you up front. Blah, blah, kind of thing. And then, but I'm not going up front. I'm going to get the vehicle. And Spinelli's meowing here now. She says she doesn't like this plan.
well, too bad.
Because she's locked out in this plan. She's locked out of this room. Anyway, so I've got them. I assume, did they cooperate and go in?
Oh, yeah, they run in.
Okay. They're gone in because they've learned Melanie has good ideas, right? No one questions Melanie. Love that. Set myself up that way this whole time. That's how I cast myself. And now I'm running toward where these staff emergency vehicles are. I'm still trying to move quietly and quickly and still gun in hand. Knife in pocket. Poncho looked like what again?
It's just like a yellow
reflective
poncho.
Anything? Oh, yellow.
Yeah, it's
yellow.
A yellow, flimsy looking one.
Let's see how I use that later. I've got 5 flares. Okay. I'm going towards those vehicles.
Okay.
What am I gonna see? What am I gonna do?
So you run towards the vehicles, and you see that all but one have been trampled and kind of, stuck with the horns and everything.
Any dinosaurs nearby that I could see?
You just see you see a brachiosaurus in the distance that's just kind of hanging out. There's a triceratops that's kind of just hanging out.
How far? They're they near the vehicles, between me and the vehicles?
No, they're one of them is kind of by this shed that's there. He's just hanging out by the shed. The other one's kind of just at a tree that's 30 feet from you, just gnawing on the tree top.
And these two are both omnivore, herbivore?
They're herbivores.
Herbivore. Yeah, so they're just meals.
Yep.
Yeah. What am I hearing?
You're hearing...
I imagine I would have sprinted, but kept close to the sides of the building for try to keep a bit of cover, stay in stay out of open areas, to move quickly, quietly, but efficient, and try to do that. And when I'm seeing them, I'm going to immediately slow and creep, but keep an eye an ear out.
Okay.
Unless I'm still hearing that T-Rex come toward me.
The T-Rex is still coming. However, it has noticed, because now that you're not there, and of course the teenager doesn't really care, the child has started screaming
within the building.
They're not in the building yet. They're still outside the building because he's I need to take a break because my legs are short.
God, they're slow.
So he starts screaming. The T-Rex is now focused on them and is heading towards them.
Yeah, and is she gonna try the phone sound thing? Because I told her to do that, and she also saw that it worked.
No, because she's just literally now yelling at her brother about why he's so slow, and this is why mom and dad are getting a divorce, and it's all his fault, and he's the worst, and she wishes he was never born.
Oh, that's great though, because that means they don't even need to turn the phone on. They're doing the sound distraction for me, which I set up. It's called foreshadowing.
Yes.
But also more like foreclosure on your life, because that's what I did that for.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's great. Great for them. That's 2 little meals, 2 little appetizers he's got there to pick at. and they'll be noisy, and imagine running in opposite directions potentially. So that's going to take him a second. I'm going to go toward the vehicle that is still functional,
Okay.
potentially, and, crouch down, moving quickly, but like quietly, keeping an eye and an ear out everywhere for attack.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, you get it. You get to the vehicle, you get in the vehicle, the keys are still there. The other two
Mm-hmm.
dinosaurs aren't really bothered by your presence. They're just kind of
Mm-hmm.
hanging out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you get in. You make it to the helicopter with no issues.
I don't even have to use my flare. And I had a whole thing. I was like, I'm gonna have to use the poncho for something. Like I might have to I'll pin the poncho in the door open,
Mhm.
like the poncho open, not the door. And
Mhm.
like have something, or like pin it to the car in some way, and
Mhm.
with like a rock on the accelerator or something, and have to like have that go off and just flap around. I thought that might have to use a flare. It, surprisingly, that worked out much better. I only had to kill off 3 people.
So you get there, you're coming up to the helicopter,
Mm-hmm.
and you see there's somebody there,
A human.
a human, who's like
Human.
waving at you.
But
And he's,
how is this person waving?
he's
Like,
waving with his
describe the
arms.
wave.
He's like arm in the air waving, like, hey, over here. We're trying to get people off the island. This place has gotten to shit.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm gonna do? Because do I see any? Almost asked for zombies. Do I see any dinosaurs around?
Nope.
Do I hear any dinosaurs nearby?
Nope.
Can I still hear anything with the T Rex?
You just hear the
You said it was
sound.
5 kilometers, so like if I didn't attract them in following me, they probably
No, the T
aren't this
Rex
close.
was thoroughly distracted by the little snacks. I remember there was a Triceratops and Brachiosaurus.
Mm.
So you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
assume that there was some fighting.
yeah. And eventually, he's gonna get. He's gonna have to have a nap,
Yeah.
right? After all that food, he's gonna have to take
Yep.
a nap.
Yep.
So I assume, still far enough away he can't really see. I assume it's a he, right?
You can't assume the T Rex's gender.
I was talking about the man
Oh,
waving
the
at me.
man. Yeah, the man's a
Right?
he.
You said man, right?
The man's a he.
I can't assume the man's gender. I shouldn't either, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's a man.
Yeah, the
Man
man.
shaped.
Yeah, man
I'm
shaped.
assuming I'm far enough away that he probably can't see me very, very clearly. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pocket the flare gun back into my jeans again, pull the shirt down over it,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like keep my hands like on my hips, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's like reachable, but I don't want him to know I have a weapon,
Yes.
because these dumbasses made this place and somehow got me here. I assume drugs were involved, because why I got willingly on a helicopter and came to this place, unless somebody drugged me or did not tell me what was happening.
Who knows? We'll never
So
know.
I don't know how I got here. So I don't trust anybody ever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Plus, they may find out I've just killed 3 people, not by my own hand, but like it was
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm like hiding that, but being like, yeah, hi, yeah, haha. Can we get out of here?
However,
Mm-hmm.
as you are running up, you hear
Velociraptor.
and you look up and realize they lied about the flying dinosaurs.
Oh,
And
what's the thing that flies then?
a pterodactyl comes down
Yeah.
and grabs the man by his shoulders and flies off with him as he's screaming.
Okay. More than one flying thing around?
You look up and there is a swarm of these ones.
But nothing on the ground. He was the only human I saw.
There's somebody in the helicopter, but they were waiting
Okay.
for. So they kind of see this and they look at you and they start frantically waving their hand, like, get in the helicopter, come on, we gotta go.
Okay, so I'm going well, the swarm. Well, how far am I away from the helicopter, first of all?
You're like 100 feet.
Okay. Where's the swarm?
They're above you. Like,
Directly above me.
they're kind of circling the area.
Hmm. Are they concerned about this helicopter yet?
No, they just seem to be concerned about the thing that's running.
Like me?
Yes.
Okay. Also, I did not confirm I was running.
Well, I assumed you were running.
No. Don't run on purpose.
Okay. Well.
So I would have gotten out, quietly shut door, assessed the situation around, and I didn't know I had to specify. I also looked up. But I look everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now pulling out the flare gun. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still at the hood of the car. Like I've circled around the car, but I'm moving
Mm-hmm.
slowly because I would want to, like, at this point before seeing that, I'm concerned that he's going to think I have a gun and shoot me, or think I'm a threat and that he wants to off me anyway because they don't want any witnesses to know that this happened or something. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's why I was hiding gun. I'm now noticed that thing, like the swarm, pulled out gun.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's still pointed at the ground though for right now. I'm noticing though. I need to know if they're like, they are they seeing me if I'm not running yet.
I mean, they're kind of just watching you. They haven't decided if they want to like dive bomb you.
Okay. So I'm going to. I really only one went after him.
Yeah, just one went
Were they
down.
not hungry?
I mean, here's the thing. He carried him off. You don't know where he got carried off to. You don't know if he dropped him somewhere and they're all like now picking at his body. Like you don't know.
Yeah. So I'm going to move with the speed walk first,
Mm-hmm.
but like try that and see if they react. So I'm keeping an eye up there, like one eye toward the helicopter to make sure that way is still clear. Ears open for like, do I hear anything around me coming from where I can't see?
Mm-hmm.
Other eyes like up toward the sky as I'm moving, trying to be like, what if I tried it like a slower pace here?
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to react like? Got my gun ready to be able to fire if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do if I start moving?
One of them flies down towards you, not dive bomb, but he's coming towards you and he looks like he wants to try and get a grab at you.
Okay, so I've cocked the gun now,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest aren't seeming to like come at me yet.
No, just the one.
Yeah, I'm pointing it now, very slowly move my arm up, like not slowly enough to get eaten, but like not want to do jerky motions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pointing it at that thing as it's getting closer. Um, I'm gonna fire at it
Okay.
before it gets within like 50 feet of me.
Okay. So you
And
fire at it. It
yeah,
does
it's
not
still
like that
moving.
very much.
I imagine it's going to burn like hell though,
Yep. You
because
hear it
I
kind
went
of like.
for toward the center of its mass, you know, so I'm at probably chest-ish
Yeah.
area.
Okay.
That might have taken that one out, to be honest.
That one does slump back to the ground. You did indeed
Hmm.
kill it with the flare gun.
Yeah, and it would be burning, and there would be smoke coming up from it, which would also give me some cover.
Yeah.
Um, and I imagine that might attract red smoke, might attract the things swarming.
Oh, yes. They have now decided that they want to get you, and now they are all going to start flying towards you.
Wait, though, the smoky thing is not going to land right next to me,
Doesn't matter. They're still going to fly
and they're
towards the
not attracted to
smoky.
the red burning smoke.
Well, they're flying. They're flying in that general direction.
Yeah, which I am now. I said 50 feet. I'm
Okay.
shooting
Well,
at it
they're
with,
flying in the
which it
general
would
smoke
be
direction.
land say about 50 feet from me.
Yeah.
So, and that was by where I was by the car.
Yeah.
So coming from that way, so I would have gotten ahead of it. So it's 50 feet behind me that they're going toward.
Mm-hmm. Some are going towards the car. and they're kind of pecking at the car now when they land, and they're kind of
Mm-hmm.
like I don't want to say nuzzling because dinosaurs don't nuzzle, but they're like using
Gnawing.
their beaks to like poke at their friend's body who is
Mm-hmm.
dead. One of them is gonna turn.
I'm going. So that thing landed by the car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shoot a second shot at the car toward the
Okay.
engine area, like
Okay.
by the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, wait, more back toward the gas tank.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot second one at that
Okay.
while I'm still moving quickly, but not sprint.
Okay.
Do that, one shot, bolt toward the helicopter.
Okay.
So that's gonna blow.
So that blows. That
Mm-hmm.
does blow up some of them. Some of them do manage to get away, but they are very badly burned and they're kind of like
Mm-hmm.
flying with a limp.
Yeah, but creates a lot of smoke, a lot of distraction,
Mm-hmm.
noise, and sight stuff that's going to
Mm-hmm.
attract their eyes that way while I bolt.
Oh no, they're flying away from the death bomb.
Yeah, but I mean, they're also looking for food,
Yeah.
right? So the ones that weren't that close should be
Mm-hmm.
attracted to check out what's going on a
You
little.
do see some fly towards the fiery ball of death, but when they get
Mm-hmm.
close and realize it hurts, they fly away.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like running, not looking
Mm-hmm.
back at that really.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm keeping an eye for the sky of what's on coming up, and I'm keeping an ear out. But I've sprinted, like shot, and before it even blew, I was gone
Okay.
running.
Okay.
Yeah. So how close am I to this helicopter?
You are in the last stretch to the helicopter,
So what, like 10, 15 feet?
10 feet from the helicopter.
Okay. Can I see anything coming at me still?
There is nothing coming at you right now.
On the ground or the sky?
Ground or sky, there's nothing coming at you.
In the water? Is there
Nothing.
water?
You can't see the
I
water.
assume there's water.
You can't see the water yet. There is water.
I pictured a dock.
It's like up on a little hillside thing. There is
Okay.
water below you, but
Mm-hmm.
no, you can't tell anything from the water.
Yeah. I pictured like a dock, like we were on like a lake side, like ocean thing, right? Because island. But we're not close to that. Okay. So what do I see in the helicopter? There's a dude.
There's a dude. There's one of the workers that you saw earlier. There's another
Mm-hmm.
guy from like one of the other cars. His arm is in a sling and he's got like a slash over his eye.
Yeah, and they're not leaving without me yet?
Oh no, they're waiting for you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm still keeping an eye, still have 3 shots. Do I make it to this vehicle?
You make it to the helicopter.
Yeah, and so I'm getting in.
Mm-hmm.
I assume I'm getting a door shut.
Yeah, the pilot's gonna turn and look at you and be like, "Were there any others with you?"
Nope, they didn't make it.
Okay, so he's gonna start the helicopter.
Go, go, go.
He's
He didn't have it started?
No, he was waiting for you.
But he didn't have it ready, like, going.
No.
I did all of this to get eaten in a helicopter.
So
Die in a fucking fiery crash.
He's gonna start the helicopter.
No one's mentioned that I still have a flare gun in my lap.
Yes, you hear a roar in the distance.
Yeah, so T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
T-Rex is coming. You can't see the T-Rex yet, but you can figure the T-Rex is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because it saw the smoke as well.
Yep. And the cooked food I've left for him.
Yep. Helicopter starting up. The roar gets closer.
Yeah, and the barbecue I left out for him should really distract him for a minute. And the screaming pterodactyls who are not pleased about starting to be cooked alive.
He gets the helicopter started and you lift off the ground. And just as he flies, the T-Rex comes out of this fiery smoke, goes to lunge to grab the helicopter, and misses it by an inch.
Mm. He probably got a nail trim on those blades.
He tried to grab like the skis that are on the bottom.
Oh, he's a smart dude.
I mean, they're not smart, but he was trying to grab it to like pull it down to the ground was his intention.
Yeah.
He got little arms. He can't do much with little arms.
Yeah.
So, as you fly off away from the Death Island with your flare gun in your lap,
Going, I really thought I'd have to use more than 2.
with
But I am with 3 people. I have 3 shots.
with you want to kill
I
a
say
helicopter
inside
pilot?
my
Go
head.
for it.
Just, taking stock of my options, inventory, if you will. I still have a poncho, haven't made use of that. Have a pocket knife thing, not a pocket knife, utility knife. Like, I've got options.
As you fly away, having survived this island, you have survived Jurassic Park and seen.
Island.
Yes.
Yeah. Do I get indicted
Indicted
for
to
my
what?
crimes against humanity?
No, there's a whole investigation because, like, they're like, it's unethical to bring back blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I imagine there would have been cameras, though. But I guess they probably destroyed the footage to try not to avoid legal liability anyway. So my crimes are not going to be a problem.
No, God, no. They don't care about your petty crimes. The crimes against the fact that they brought a bunch of people and they got eaten by dinosaurs, that's a little bit of a bigger issue.
Yeah. I imagine it would have been worse if I had to kneecap somebody to leave them for dinner,
Yeah.
I was not above that. Yeah. So I'm proud of my actions.
I am also proud of your actions, honestly. I expected nothing less.
Yeah. Did you think the kids were going to distract me? Like, I wouldn't be like, cannon fodder.
I mean, I know you don't really like kids, but I don't know. Something might have awoken in you and you might have been like, no, I must save the children.
I mean, if this was real life, probably. But also, I was willing to shoot Buddy in the knee. I wouldn't have shot the kids. I at least gave them a chance. Like, get inside the building, call the phone, use the phone. I think that might help. I didn't know. I don't trust the people that run these types of things. I don't trust anybody, really. So
you've watched any of the movies, you will understand that these people are not to be trusted.
Yeah, well, even if they had good intentions, they're stupid enough to create like man-eating monsters that we can't control, and then like put them in a zoo for our entertainment, and not think they're going to be mad about it. Like, they're going to do what they're going to do, which is eat what they're going to eat. Right? They're still like animal brains, right? And then you got the whole thing where like you've locked them up and you're probably not treating them well. Think of like zoo animals that like fight back and like kill like people in enclosures, or like animals in like circuses that end up like eating their trainer. Shit like fucking Shamu and shit, the SeaWorld stuff where like orcas have like killed their trainers and shit. Like, it's not gonna go well. Right? And then anybody that thinks that's a great idea to try to do something like that, to build that thing, obviously they're out to lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're not working with a full deck anyway, so you can't trust that they'd make a good decision and safe decision. And most people are out for their own skin, so they're going to try to cover it up. So why wouldn't they just kill us all off to be like, well, nothing really went that bad and it's on an island, so really, like, can they swim? Probably not. They're probably not going to get off the island. And all the people that died there is fine.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I'm going to get myself out. Self-preservation. And I gave the kids a fighting chance. I mean, I really kneecapped Jeff Goldblum.
You did.
Right? If he'd been useful, he would have survived longer. That's what I'm saying. He was a philosopher. And wanted to talk about philosophy. Well, there's fucking dinosaurs thinking there's zombies, but like the dinosaurs are like gonna try to get into cars, and he's like, "Let's talk about philosophy." I'm like, "This tells me all I need to know about you. You should carry this bag that I've taken everything useful out of. Why don't you have a granola bar?" I could have tried to take the food, but it's like, I don't think we're going to survive long enough to need to survive with sustenance. We're either going to die very quickly or we're getting out of here.
Yep. That's exactly it. Yeah, we're going to do a part 2 because this is getting very long.
Well, yeah, we have got 2 more scenarios we were going to go through, but, we're both long-winded. And I refuse to die.
Yeah, you refuse to die.
Even in fictional scenarios. I didn't even need the poncho.
Nope, you didn't.
Or the knife.
Or the knife, nope. But listeners, you can find us wherever, whenever. We'll always be together. I'll be there, you'll be near. That's the truth, my dear. Instagram, Inconsistent Podcast 1. Facebook, Inconsistently Consistent. You can email us, inconsistentpodcast1@gmail.com. You follow me wherever, whenever. It doesn't matter if you want. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, _RachelVR_. Melanie got a book. Melanie got a website. Melanie has all the things going for her. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can find all of my social information, where to buy my book, updates on upcoming writing projects, stuff like that, and our landing page for the podcast at melanieflynnbooks.com.
Yeah.
You won't find dinosaurs there because we know better.
Yes. We do. Anyways, bye.
Bye.